Long way, get this shit a long way, this shit a long way. Long way, hit it long way, 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 shit, long way, long shit, long way, long way, long way, long way, long way, long way, shit a long way. Gotta get the shit a long way, get the shit a long way, gotta get the shit a long way, gotta get the shit a long way, get the shit a know she don't really understand, man. Gotta know but she don't really understand, man. Gotta get a meal but she don't understand. She be tripping every day, she be tripping every way. But I gotta get this shit a long way, gotta get this shit a long way. Tryna get money every single way, tryna get money every single day, get money every single way, every day. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. I'm feeling like we be the new slaves, yeah. No, we gotta finish rich, no, we gotta finish rich. Got a new bitch, she don't understand rich, she don't understand niggas gotta get rich. She don't understand, sometimes we gotta hit lit, no, we ain't hit lit. Tryna get the long way, yeah. Tryna get this shit the long way, yeah. Coach is tryna wrap up a entree, yeah. Told you the other day that did my phone strong. We gon' shoot the long way, we gon' get the long way, yeah. Yeah, get the shit the long way. My bitch be tripping back and forth like a phone way. My name is Tori, I ain't playing games, just another talk. Yesterday she told me that she about to leave, I said fuck it, bitch, we gon' get some money. I said fuck it, bitch, I'm about to get some money. So what I do today, I want to get some money, yeah. Cause we gon' get this shit the long way, long way, we gon' get shit the long way, yeah. Back and forth like the pong way, yeah. And I'ma get this shit the long way, get this shit the long way. Just the only way today, because they go this shit's crazy. We gotta wear a mask, we the new slaves, and we be wearing this shit like every day. We be okay, we gon' be okay, they gon' be okay, they gon' be okay for them, yeah. So we gon' get this shit the long way, 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 yeah, we get this shit the long way, yeah, cause we gon' be okay, we gon' be okay, yeah, we gon' get the long way, yeah.
Add that, make sure I am testing. All right, cool. Hello, everyone. Hello, early people. What's up, Aaron? What's up, James Sandman? What's up, Dennis Rodriguez? Thank you for joining. I know it's been a minute. I've been, when you guys see me just disappear like that for a little while, I haven't disappeared. I'm just like, sometimes it takes time for me just to be alone, quiet, unplug from everything that's going on the channels. That I just got to unplug. When I feel myself getting sucked into some stuff, I got to just unplug, re-energize, come back in to the way I am now. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is LJ Young. I am the founder of SMD. One second here. All right. And I am a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them mathematically see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is a place where slaves live. Now, there's two kinds of slaves. The debt matrix is a place where debt slaves live. Now, there's two kinds of debt slaves: unconscious debt slaves and conscious debt slaves. Unconscious debt slaves can't see negative numbers, right? They can physically see them, but they can't see them psychologically. All right. So if you're new to the channel, I'm gonna give you an example. If you think you're a homeowner, open up the calculator on your phone and put in your mortgage payment minus your mortgage balance and hit equal. As you're looking at the number on your calculator, I just want you to listen to the sound of my voice. The reason why you believe you're a homeowner is because you cannot see negative numbers psychologically. You can obviously see them physically because you're looking at your calculator now, But here, I'm going to describe the debt matrix to you. The debt matrix is the space between your calculator and your brain. Like you're looking at the calculator, you clearly see a negative number, but by the time it reaches your brain, you think you own a home and you have an asset, stuff like that. That space right there is called the debt matrix. This is where the banks set up shop. They're all in here, all the scammers and banks and everybody. Not saying bank has anything to do with scammers. I'm just saying everybody, all those people live in the debt matrix. Right? That's where it is, right? Now, conscious slaves, they've come to the conscious debt slaves. They've come to the SMD channel. They believe the calculator now, and they understand that if they're if that's their true net worth, that means they're way, way, way below zero. And if you're that far below zero, that means you don't own yourself. So in order to own yourself, you got to pay, you got owners. Like if you're that deep in debt, that means you have owners. Somebody owns you. You don't own yourself. Okay. They realize this. They're like conscious debt slaves are like, then who owns me? Then you log into your credit report. As soon as you log in, you're going to see a list of all your owners. Those are all the people you owe that negative amount of money to. And until they're paid back, they own you. You are the stock. They realize that. And then now they're doing anything and everything to get to zero. Now, that was me for the first until age 40, from 18 to 40. I believed everybody in the debt matrix. You ain't anything about credit, college education, house, home owner, nice car, financer, all that stuff. I believed all that. To one day I woke up and realized if I was making payments, that means it wasn't mine, because people that have money, they buy it. They don't make payments. So the fact that I was making payments was a hint that I owned nothing. So everything I was making payments to, that means I didn't own it. I realized that. Okay. Woke up, found Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey basically says, take the arithmetic that we all learned in grade school, apply it to your finances using these baby steps. That's it. Just math, just simple arithmetic. I took that, did it myself, and I was like, holy crap. That's it. That's it. Then I freed myself. Okay. I didn't know I was a debt slave until I got out of debt, because I had been in debt all my life. That was me. But once I was out, now I was free. That was just simple arithmetic. So I said to myself, well, if that's the case, what does religion have to do with anything? Coming from Dave Ramsey's side? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Religion has nothing to do with math. 1 + 1 = 2. No matter what religion you believe in, it's still 2. It has nothing. So I stripped that out. Even to the part of his baby step 4 where he says, well, once you get down to your mortgage, start putting away 15% for retirement. But according to the laws of mathematics, if you put in your mortgage payment minus your mortgage balance and it equal, you don't have no money to put 15% away to anything anywhere. So that's not true. That's called business. When you get out of the debt matrix and you come across things that make absolutely no mathematical sense, that's called business. That's what it's called, business. So I stripped that out. So now I get all the way out. I strip everything out, and then I find what my gift is. My gift is the ability to see negative numbers psychologically. That's my gift. Something that millions of people don't even know, obviously. And you're probably thinking, what do you mean? How is that so special? Well, if you guys could see negative numbers, you guys will clearly see that you don't own a house with a 30-year mortgage. You can't do that. You clearly can't see negative numbers psychologically. Millions of you believe that you own equity in a house that you didn't even have the money to buy. You obviously can't see negative numbers, because that's impossible. You can't do that. Millions of you guys will finance cars for 84 months and think you got a good interest rate. Nobody gets a finance car on sale. If you can see negative numbers, you will clearly understand that. That's my gift. Now, how I know it's a gift? Because obviously millions of people don't know. You guys can physically, remember, you guys can physically see negative numbers because you're looking at your calculator. But when it translates from your calculator to your brain, you go through the debt matrix. This is where it get all mixed up, right here in the debt matrix. That's the debt matrix. When basically, if you don't believe your calculator, you are in the debt matrix, because you think you have equity in a house, and then I tell you to put in your mortgage payments minus your mortgage balance and equal. That's your equity. Now you're going to be stuck. You're going to be like, wait a minute, that's a negative number. I know it's a negative number. How come you don't believe it? Because you're in the debt matrix. That's why you can't see negative numbers psychologically. That's it. That's my gift. All right. Now, I wanted to talk to you guys about this, the title, the Biden forgiving 9 point something billion dollars worth of student loan debt, some crazy number. Now, I have to explain something to you, debt slaves. You guys gotta really understand something, okay? And you're not gonna hear this on any other channel on YouTube, okay? And it doesn't matter because it's true. That's why it can't get taken down or removed or struggle, because I'm telling the mathematical truth. That's why, okay? The only way you're gonna get out of student loan debt, you have to pay it off. They're never going to release that many of you debt slaves. No. You could forget about it. Because you think about it. How are you going to have student loans older than your brand new car, your brand new phone, your house? You think you can just take money, not pay it back, and still go on with your life? Like as if you didn't borrow the money in the first place? You can't do that. You cannot do that. That's how they make you slaves. That's how debt slaves are made. Excuse me. When I had to pay back all my student loan debt, that's a feeling that you have to feel. You have to feel paying back every single penny of student loan debt. You got to feel that shit. You got to feel it. And then once you do, you know what you're going to do? You're going to respect it, and you're going to respect anybody else that has paid off their student loans how they're supposed to. They're not going to forgive that many of you slaves. Are you insane? $1.7 trillion of student loan debt. If they wipe that out, that would hurt the economy. No, sir. I don't want that. You guys really believe 1.7 trillion is just going to vanish? No, they're not. Stop it, slaves. Stop it. Stop fooling yourselves. When they put up articles like that, you guys get happy. You see all that money, and then all you got to do is read the comments. Everybody under, hey, he didn't see my name. How come I didn't forgive mine? Because they're not talking to you, debt slaves. You able-bodied workers, they ain't talking to you. Student loan debt is not, it didn't fool me. Nobody told me to keep my student loan debt for 10 years. The only person that did that was me. They didn't say nothing about keeping my student. That doesn't even make sense. Go to college for 4 years, but keep my student loans for 10? And I call myself a college-educated engineer. That makes absolutely no sense. None, zero. Never once did I even stop to ask myself, wait a minute, I went to college for 4 years. Matter of fact, I went for 3 because I skipped all the summers because I just wanted to get straight to it. It's even worse than I thought. I got through college in 3 years, kept my student loans for 10. That was my fault. They're not forgiving any of you slaves. You guys can just stop it. When they put those articles, they know millions of you guys are crossing your fingers thinking it's going to be you. You might as well play the lottery. That's never happening. If your student loans are older than your FHA mortgage, I feel so sorry for you. The reason why you have an FHA mortgage, because you got student loan debt that's older than the FHA mortgage. That's why they offered you an FHA mortgage. FHA mortgages are for people that don't know, that obviously, listen, that obviously can't see negative numbers. That's obvious. Crystal clear, obvious that you cannot see negative numbers. If you have a VA mortgage, no money down, 100% financing, you obviously can't see negative numbers completely. You pay absolutely not a penny and you think the property is yours, you obviously can't see negative. This is what kills me. When you get these finance professionals telling you about, hey, get this house and don't use your money, use the other people's money. I want you guys to understand something. The people that talk like that, They're all part of the plan. They are to suck you guys in to get in deeper. Those people are needed. You can't buy anything with no money down. That's impossible. You can't do that and then think you're gonna make a profit. If this is you, for example, let me check. Okay, open your calculator, put in your mortgage payment minus your mortgage balance, and hit equal. That's your profit right there on the calculator. That's your profit. That's your equity. That's your ownership. That's everything you believe in your brain inside the debt matrix. Because you obviously can't see negative numbers. That's why you think it's yours. Every slave, almost all debt slaves think they know the meaning of the word asset. They call cars assets. They call houses they don't buy assets. They call buildings assets. They have no money to buy anything, and they think it's an asset for you. Who are you talking about? You mean the bank that financed it for you? It's an asset to them. It can't be the asset to both of you guys. Are you guys insane? You guys obviously can't see negative numbers, obviously. This is why they keep throwing that student loan debt forgiveness up. They know how many debt slaves are begging for it. You guys are begging for it. Begging. We'll do anything. We'll jump through hoops for 10 to 25 years. Hey, listen. If you sign up for a program, a student loan forgiveness program, and they tell you that they're not going to forgive, you follow these rules for between 10 to 25 years of your life, and you sign on the dotted line for that, you have no idea what the statement that you're making, not a clue of what you're saying. When you sign up for a student loan forgiveness program, you are saying, I don't believe in myself at all. Take advantage of me. Like, say like you had $100,000 in student loan debt. Let's make it big, okay? 100 grand. And you sign up for a program to where they won't forgive it for 10 to 25 years of your life. This is what you're saying. You might as well, this is what I want you to do. Say like, let's just go 10 years. Divide $100,000, divide it up by 10. You're saying really is that I don't believe I'll make that much a year to be able to pay off this debt. That's what you're saying. And then the further you spread it out and you get a 25, you go all the way to 25. And then they see you buying houses and cars and all this other stuff. They know you're not going to ever pay that off because your student loan debt is your oldest debt. And it's in student loan forgiveness. You are an abused debt slave, financially speaking. Of course, you guys are so financially abused. It's embarrassing. You know how many people out there are giving you guys financial advice with student loans older than their fucking children? Now, you guys don't even hear me curse that much, right? I did it there so you guys can understand the meaning of that. When somebody's giving you financial advice and they have student loan debt older than their children and they're making car payments. And some of you guys are paying for that advice. What? Hey, what? How much you want? You got student loan debt older than your children and you want me to pay you how much an hour? Hell no. Are you crazy? What's up, Nick, Antoine? Naima, hello. What's up, the gig surgeon? I just saw your comment up there. Let me copy this invite and see if anybody wanna, while I'm talking. It's not really a big long one, but I'm saying they always keep throwing that stuff out there, student loan forgiveness, because they know you guys are begging for it. You guys are begging. Shout out to Nick Penn for the $19.99 super chat. Thank you, sir. See, Nick's super chatting real money. That's real money. See what Nick just he just super chatted me a real $20. If you got student loan debt right now, if you got student loan debt and you're on other channels super chatting, you don't have no money to super chat anybody, anything. You're just burying yourself deeper in debt. You don't got, listen, If your student loan debt is your oldest debt right now and you super chatted somebody $50, you don't have $50. You just buried, when you do that, you just buried yourself $50 deeper in debt. You don't even know it. You can't see negative numbers. If you added up all your savings, like the money you could go grab right now, no equity, no just cash, okay? Wherever you have it, minus your student loan debt and hit equal, that's how much money you have to super chat. That's how much money you have to contribute to your retirement. That's how much money you have to buy a car, to buy a food, to buy a motherfucking hamburger. That's how much money you got. That makes sense to you? It makes sense to me when I'm outside the debt matrix. We need you guys to believe that one day they're going to say, hey, we're going to allow student loan debt to be bankrupt. They know you guys will be lining up in a building. Why would they do that? They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that. Because and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they did this. Okay, so like this. This is what I would do, okay? And I'm just talking about myself, okay? This is what I would do. If I was the president, I would say, hey, you know what? I'm going to forgive $50,000. Everybody gets $50,000 forgiven off all their student loan debt. And you know how I would pay them? In a personal check. We're going to mail you a check of $50,000 so you can pay off your student loan debt. Because I know you guys are not going to do it. I know you, and you're going to spend it back into the economy right there. You're not going to do that. Just like they don't take you through a bunch of hoops to get student loan debt. I will forgive it, send you guys all $50,000 checks because I know you guys would not spend it on paying down student loan debt. You think if you had $50,000 in, you think somebody with $100,000 in student loan debt is going to take $50,000 cash and put it? No, you know what they're going to say? Oh no, man, I'm going to reinvest this. I'm going to put this in cryptocurrency. I'm going to do this. When they don't have any money, because say like, for example, I was the president and I did that, right? And somebody had $100,000 in student loan debt, and I mailed them a $50,000 check. $50,000 minus $100,000 is negative $50,000. So the $50,000 check is really not there, but a debt slave is going to believe it is, and they're going to cash it, and they're going to spend it in the economy and pretend they're investing when they're really negative $50,000 in a hole, and they're going to. That's how you guys work. Shout out to Antoine. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the $19.99. That's another real $20. That's real money, people. That's real 20. Because for debt slaves, just check this out. I know you guys can believe it or not. It's totally up to you. But no currency exists for you slaves. As long as you guys have student loan debt, no currency in the United States of America exists for you. Let me tell you my gift again. The ability to see negative numbers psychologically. That's my gift. So it doesn't matter. So you guys understand. Don't be impressed by people with new cars and car payments. If they got student loan debt, that's why they got car payments. If anybody you know for a fact has student loan debt, and they drive up in a new car, you got to automatically understand that they're making payments. They have to. They had no money to buy. They had no money to buy the new car in cash because what? You have student loan debt. You can't buy a car in cash if you have student loan debt. That's impossible. You see what Antoine says? You guys debt slaves, you guys don't even know that. This is how SMD family members verify each other. If it even has to get that far, really, it really don't even have to get to the credit report between SMD family. You can just hear the boy speak. But that's the badge, a blank credit report, or excuse me, maybe one credit card on it. I'm gonna say blank with one credit card on it, maybe. You guys don't know to ask for the personal credit reports of each other. You guys don't do that. You gladly give it over to a business, but not amongst each other. That's important. It's important to you guys to think that that's personal, or you can't, really show people or whatever. But when you understand how it works, there's nothing on the credit report. I don't care if you look at it. That's why I made a live about mine. I logged in live into my Credit Karma for you guys to see. Go find another person on YouTube that's going to log into their Credit Karma live on YouTube. Nobody. Go find somebody that's going to do that. You won't find anybody. What's up, Gabriel? Geek Surgeon says that would be hilarious to see that, LJ. Let's see. I'm embarrassed to have a car note trying to sell it. Hey, put it this way, Lee. Let me tell you something, man. Be happy that you recognize what you're doing. You're embarrassed. This is why you're embarrassed. You're really embarrassed to yourself because you don't really understand. Everybody around you think what you're doing is normal to pay car payments. So you're just embarrassed amongst yourself because you recognize that car payments are for debt slaves. Okay, let me hurry up and get this bad boy paid. Everything else is disconnected. Get out of this car. Only debt slaves finance cars. Debt slaves. And they think that shit is normal. Don't you ever run into them? They think, oh, man, go see homeboy down here, man. I got 2.9% financing. For how many months, though? 84 months, 0% financing. The same as cash? Same as what cash? As soon as you hear same as cash, you go, well, what cash are you talking about? Same as what cash? Whose cash are you talking about? Yours? You obviously have none. If you believe 84 months, same as cash financing, you obviously have no cash. And then when they say, hey, man, get this brand new car, $5,000 rebate from who? Rebate for who? For what? What are you talking about? Where? Okay, yeah, let me say it just like this. Hey, let's just skip the car and give me the $5,000. They would look at you like you're crazy. What are you talking about? All that money doesn't exist. None of it. Debt slaves be happy. Oh, man, my credit's so good. I didn't even have to put any money down. You know why you didn't have to put any money down? Because you had none, slave. You had no money. You got student loan debt. You're out here begging for forgiveness, begging for it like a debt slave. They ain't forgiving that. They are never forgetting. They are never forgiving student loan debt. Get that out of your head. The only way you're going to have to do it is get off your ass, go get a job, go do what you need to do. You got to pay back every penny just like I did. You got to do that. You don't get a free ride, slave. No, you don't. No, you don't. You might as well stop it. Because you know what you're going to do? You're going to think that shit is normal, and then you're going to carry it down to family member. All your family members are going to think it's normal to go to college for 4 years and keep student loan debt your whole fucking life. That's no. Then your kids and your grandkids are going to go up begging the government to forgive student loans. You know what they're saying? We're not forgiving nothing, slave. We're not forgiving. Stop begging. Don't be a beggar. Don't be getting on social media, commenting on comments, saying the same stupid shit all those debt slaves be saying. Oh, man, they didn't reach me. They're never going to reach you, debt slave. So stop dreaming. Sometimes I go to read those comments. I'll be like, man, they have no idea what they're saying. Not at all. Debt slaves have no idea the language of debt-free exists. They have no clue because they cannot see negative numbers psychologically. They will tell you in a minute that they got a great deal on the finance car to your face, to everybody around them. You're like, you can't walk up to them and say, hey, man, nobody gets a finance car on sale. So why are you saying that to everybody? They don't know what you're talking about. Invest in Yeezy shoes. Hey, man, if I was the president, I'll mail everybody a $50,000 check. Here's the money to pay off the student loan debt. You think they're going to put all 50 grand on? No, they're not going to do that. Just be happy that you now know and never do that shit again, ever. My cousin just financed the $35,000 cards. Oh. In 2021, financed the 35. So, excuse me, at 7%, Probably got a 72 or 84 month car loan. Can you imagine? Listen, can you imagine? This is what debt slaves do. This is what debt slaves that they don't even know what they're doing. So like you sign up for a car for 84 months. They are promising money that they haven't even earned yet to the bank. They don't even know if they're going to have the same job 7 years from now. They don't even know. They don't know if they're going to run into a drop in hours, get injured. All they know is that whatever happens to me in my financial life, which you can't predict that. For the next 84 months, I promise you $550 a month. No matter what financial struggles I'm going through, $550 is promised to you. Congratulations, bank. Congratulations, bank. They setting up shop right up in the debt matrix. Got you millions of you guys believing your homeowners with 30-year mortgage with student loans older than all your mortgages. Congratulations. That's what I'm talking about, Lee. That's what you do. Grab all the overtime you can. During that process, all the debt slaves are going to be thinking you're just like them. Oh, he's begging for overtime like me. Oh, no, I'm a conscious slave. My purpose is different from you. After I'm done, I'm done. See, I quit. What's up, OG? Been listening to you for the past 4 months. I paid off my credit card debt this year. Congratulations. Almost finished paying my car. Then next is my student loan. Congratulations, OG. Too bad hey, OG, too bad this is the only place you can ever come here and talk about it or celebrate it, that it will even be celebrated. They would look at you like, what are you talking about? Why are you doing all that? You don't pay off your student loan when you don't have to? Oh, it's got such a low interest rate. Why we're paying off? You can borrow it. Congratulations, OG. Congratulations. So Nick says, LJ, what is the best way for most slaves to make enough money to pay off debt? What profession would you recommend? This is what I recommend, okay? Because I don't want people to think it has something to do with a profession. This is what I want you to do. You first need to realize that you're a debt slave. Because let me tell you something. Once don't get me wrong, I already had a profession, okay? I was already into it. But once I recognized that I was a debt slave, because as I was getting closer to zero, I could just feel it. I did some crazy, just extra hours, it volunteered for on call. I wanted to get out of debt so fast because I realized when being in debt, I was a slave. I just didn't like that feeling. So once you understand this fully, you're going to find whatever profession, you're going to find whatever's going to make you the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. You're going to work 2 or 3 jobs. Once you realize you're a debt slave, you're going to do whatever it takes. You're going to do whatever. You're not going to care what. Because when I realized I was a debt slave, I sold my Lexus. I moved out of my fancy high-rise apartment, sold all my furniture, moved into a room in my sister's house when I was in my 40s. Do you know how bad debt slaves were talking about me? Oh man, what's wrong with LJ, man? He's 40 years old and he's living with his sister in a room. What's wrong with him? Oh yeah, you think that, huh, debt slave? Because they don't own nothing. They don't own anything. I had to ignore all that because I realized people that talk like that, they're slaves. They don't know that. They don't know they're debt slaves. They think they own the stuff in their lives with student loan debt older than it all. If your student loan debt is your oldest debt out of all your debts, everything you're seeing in front of you, that's why you're making payments, because you can't own it because you're in debt. The very action of payments should tell you that you didn't have the money to buy it. Because people that buy stuff don't have payments because they bought it. They don't walk around adding the equity into their portfolio, their financial portfolio of the houses that they didn't have the money to buy in the first place. They don't do that. What are you doing? Oh man, I got about 50,000 in equity in the house. You own it? No? Then why are you adding the 50,000? That's not your house. That's the bank's house. Until they get their money back, you don't own nothing. You don't have no equity. You don't, nothing. Thank you, Geek Surgeon. I had to cut off a friend yesterday. Just, hey, you know what? You know what I've learned, Gabriel? Especially, and you're young too, so it seems like a big deal, but you're just beginning. But when you get to my age and you have to cut off longtime friends because they're so stuck in the debt matrix, they get jealous of you. That just makes room for the right people to come in your life. So don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. It's time. You just got to let them go. Same here, Lee. I want you to understand. I woke up at age 40. So if you're younger than me and you're listening to this, you have an advantage because you have time. Thank God I didn't wake up at 50. Oh man, at 50, oh man. It would have been, I had a whole, oh man, I just couldn't even imagine that. Wake up at 50 and realize that I still have my student loan debt. That would have been horrible. That would have been really horrible. Thank God I woke up in my early 40s. Thank God. When we'll get together again. Hey, man, anytime you want. Anytime you want. I enjoyed that, man. I appreciate you coming down and doing that. When I be looking at you, Nick, on your Instagram, man, I'll be seeing those big ass smiles. I was like, look at that. Man, look at, he's about to be that's why he's smiling. The people in the background, they're happy because they got a great service from a great person. Because you know, when you understand how it works, of course you're going to be honest and work out with people to treat them right. You're not going to just like come there and rip them off, but at the same time, you got a goal, baby. It's good. It's big. It's like, yeah, you don't know. You don't know. Then it says, you're gone for so long, I almost slipped back. I know, right? I didn't go during this week because I was just, I had to unplug. Sometimes I got to unplug from the matrix because sometimes it'll just, even me out this long, I'm glad that I recognize when I need to unplug. I do. Thank you, Nicer. Appreciate it. Get one of the SMD shirts if you haven't. I got a whole bunch of different shirts with same shirt, but different statements on there. So check it out when you get a chance. Fudman says, one of my friends has maxed out credit cards and a mortgage. This cat thinks he has crypto. He just moved into his girlfriend's house and he's playing stepdaddy. Yeah. Sounds like a late 20s, early 30s type of dude that's been watching TV, thinking you can invest in cryptocurrency while having student loan debt. You can't. Hey, listen, people. My gift is the ability to see negative numbers psychologically. Okay? So let me give you an example. If you think you're one of the people that are investing in cryptocurrency while you have student loan debt, okay? Now we're going to use $1,000 as an example, okay? But you can substitute the amount of money that you have invested in cryptocurrency, okay? But we're going to use $1,000 to keep it simple, all right? Now we're going to say $1,000 and say like you have $50,000 in student loan debt, okay? Open up your calculator. I want you to put in 1,000 minus 50,000. Okay, $1,000 is for the Bitcoin investment that you have in cash, minus $50,000 in student loan debt, and hit equal. All right. Now this is what I want you to look at your calculator and listen to the sound of my voice. All right. The reason why you believe that you invested in Bitcoin while having student loan debt is because you can't see negative numbers. Okay, as you look at the calculator, you clearly see it's a negative number, but for some reason you believe that you did. That's because you can physically see negative numbers because you're looking at the calculator, but you can't see it psychologically. And this is why. From the calculator, you're passing through the debt matrix right here. This is where the banks live. They live right in the debt matrix. So you pass it, and then all of a sudden it goes from a negative to a positive to your brain. That's how it works. It goes to a positive for some reason. Well, that's where the banks work. That's where everybody make their money. That's business. Right there is business. That's why you believe invest in Bitcoin. Now, anybody suggesting, just what I want you to do. So especially you Bitcoin investors, all right, with student loan debt. Anybody that's asking you to invest in Bitcoin, this is the question I want you to ask them. Do you have student loan debt? Anybody telling you, giving you advice to invest in invest in Bitcoin, say, do you have student loan debt? If they say yes, I'm telling you, that's why they're telling you to invest in Bitcoin, because they have student loan debt. Because you can't do that. That's impossible. You can't do that. But since they think they did, I guess they just believe they did. That's what made Bitcoin. Without debt slaves, without you guys, Bitcoin could not exist. Because people that understand money they wouldn't do that. But since they do, and they know you guys don't, that's like imagine this. It's like when you understand how it works, cryptocurrency is like gambling, but the odds, you know all the odds. You know the outcome. It's not even gambling. It's like a phantom investment. Because you guys don't know, you can't invest in Bitcoin while having student loan debt. You don't know that. You can't do that. So whose ever money it's a multitude of things, right? Since you have no money, you obviously are investing indirectly into cryptocurrency with the bank's money because you have no money. But you guys don't know that because you can't see negative numbers psychologically. That's why you guys don't know. Most powerful part of the Matrix movie to me was that anyone could turn into an Agent Smith. Yes. Whoever wrote that movie was clearly awake. Clearly. The debt matrix can fit right into that. You just substitute names and places, and that's it. That's it. You guys clearly can't see negative numbers. So that's like all the people that walk in the background in the movie The Matrix. Those are all the people that can't see negative numbers. They're just walking around thinking they owning shit, buying shit, going on vacation, all with student loan debt older than it all. 35. Congratulations, Lee. So don't even stop feeling embarrassed. Stop all that. You have a gift now. And I'm telling you what the gift is, the ability to see negative numbers. That is the gift. People that understand this, that's how I'm telling you guys now. That's how I know I'll be one day on the stage with like Tony Robbins, Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, all the big people, all the big motivational speakers. I'll be on the stage with them. Why? Because I have a gift. I keep telling you guys I have a gift. Obvious. It's an obvious gift. Now, if I didn't go through this all myself, I wouldn't be able to tell you guys this. I wouldn't know. I'll be in a debt matrix. I would have still been thinking that credit scores mean something. Somebody's career means something. Thinking I still own homes with 30-year mortgages, financing cars and leases and all this other stuff. That would have been me. I would have been still there. What's up, Geek Surgeon? I can't hear you if you're speaking.
Hey, LJ.
Okay, there you go. How you doing, man?
All right.
What's going on, sir?
Oh man, nothing much. It's funny this week. I was at work and I just wanted to see what was going on. I just kind of struck up a financial conversation. I got several people involved with it. So I told the guy.
This is at work.
This is at work.
Okay, go ahead. You know I love these stories. Go ahead.
So I was trying to tell him. I asked him. I said, "Do you have student debt?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Oh, okay." So first thing, I'm thinking, okay, we got a debt slave here. Okay. So
now you saying all this in your head though, right?
Yeah, I'm saying this in my head.
Okay.
I'm saying this in my head. I wouldn't dare say that out loud.
You can't be an alien outside. Okay, go ahead.
Right. So I asked him, I said, "Well, how long you been out of school?" He said somewhere around like 10 years or so. Oh, okay. All right.
He said, okay, examine him. You examine him.
So you know, I'm trying to break down. Like, look, man, you need to pay them student loans off quickly, as fast as you can.
Yeah.
He said, I know, man. They deferred it and this, that, and the other, but you know, I'm gonna get back on and try to pay it. I said, all right, you do that, man. Try to get rid of it as fast as you can. So then one of my other coworkers came along. He's like, man, what y'all talking about? I said, oh, he said, it sounds like y'all, it's a conspiracy over here. I said, yeah, we talk about money, man. Come on over here and talk about some money bucks.
Right.
So he started talking about he was trying to buy a house, but the government deferred, wouldn't let him buy because of a student loan, and because it wouldn't let him take the loan out because of the student loan.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, you do know if you don't have money, you can't buy a house anyway, right?
Okay, what was said after that? I'm ready.
So the original guy that I was talking, he's like, man, what you saying is right, but you know, you can't destroy people's dreams and this, that. I said, but you can't buy it, mathematically speaking, you cannot buy a house. I know, man, but you can use the get your credit right and buy a house, and then you can flip it. I said, but you still don't have any money.
Have you noticed they all say the same thing?
Yeah, they all say, and
they don't. Check this out though. Just check this out, Geek Surgeon. They don't know that they all say the same thing. They don't know. I know. That's crazy, huh? Crazy.
Right.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
And so he debt slave-splaining, So I'm like, all right. He was telling me what you're saying ain't wrong. It's absolutely correct. But I was like, okay, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, okay, we truly got one here. We truly got one.
Oh, that's hilarious, man. I'm so glad you guys out there thinking that way, man. I'm proud, man. I am so proud.
And then proud. I had another coworker, she a woman, she came up, she was a little younger. Mm-hmm. And she pretty much would say, I don't know why anybody would buy a new car. And I kind of threw me back. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, you should always buy a car cash. You should. I'm like, oh, huh? I was surprised. I was like,
what? Okay. Why was you surprised her? You just surprised you heard somebody, or surprised from actually her?
Yeah, no, I was just actually surprised that somebody just random, like, yeah, you're supposed to buy a car cash and not even buy brand new.
Right.
I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah,
that's really surprising.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
That is I love the way you examine things now, man. Isn't it crazy?
Oh, I see the world differently now.
Totally different.
And the thing is, I'm a conscious slave. I'm like, discharging some old credit card debt and so $4,000 away from debt freedom.
Nice. Okay, man. Too bad this is the only place you can come celebrate that.
I know, right? Hey, when I first started my new job, I said to a guy, like, man, I can't wait to get in here, man. I'm almost out of debt. He's like, okay.
You better stop saying that at work, man. They're gonna not like you. You're gonna be sitting at the lunch table by yourself.
Well, that's okay. I'm used to being by myself anyway. So.
That's cool. Huh? I don't even buy. Hey, man, when I worked one last year, I was eating a lot by myself because I didn't want to hear all that debt slaves talk, because that's all they talk about. The stuff they finance, the new add-on to the house they did. They got a second mortgage. It's like, man, I don't even want to hear all that stuff.
Right. I even had to correct the first guy I was talking to. I was like, yeah, man, I bought this car. You mean you financed the car, right? I asked him, do you own the title? Do you have the title?
What is that?
Like, no. Yeah, okay, then you finance it.
But this is what I want you to notice too. Have you noticed how they use the word buy? Have you noticed that? Buy and bought.
They always talking about, I bought a house, or I bought a car, I bought a boat. Yeah. I'm like, you got the deed?
Yeah. Especially when they try to fight which one's better, buying or leasing.
Right.
Yeah, you notice they'll fight over it. It's like, wait a minute, why
Yeah,
you
they're
guys
like,
fighting
oh
over
man,
that?
you throwing your money away by renting. And this, I said, you do. Matter of fact, LJ, the second guy that I talked to, he was like, yeah, man, you need to buy a house. It's better than renting. I said, you do know your landlord is the bank, right?
What'd he say?
He was like, yeah, but still, man, you building up equity. I said, but you don't own the house. You can't have any equity what you don't own.
You sound like me. You sound like me. And you know what? I want you just to sit back and watch them run the program.
Oh,
right?
I watched the whole. That's why I initiated. I just wanted to see the program run.
Oh,
and
man.
I'm like,
I love it when they
everybody's
talk
having
about
the
other
same
people's
thought.
money. I love it when they say use other people's money. You want to go, you do know you have to use other people's money because you have no money. You do know that, right? No, what are you talking about?
Yep.
That's
it's wonderful just to see the world from a different aspect. I'm like, my God, this many people are actually running this program.
Yeah, but think about it. You got to think about it, the bigger picture, right? How many people are in mortgage loan debt? How much mortgage loan debt? How much student loan debt? How much credit card debt? How much car loan debt? Multiple credit card debt, car loan debt. They obviously cannot see negative numbers psychologically. That's obvious.
It's very obvious.
Because you think about it, if they knew what you and I are talking about right now, would car loan debt exist?
Nope.
Credit card debt?
Nope.
Student loan debt?
Nope.
Nope. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that to happen. I don't want them to wake up.
No, I enjoy it myself because I'm seeing the newfound riches that's coming my way.
Hell yeah, you could see it, right? You know, you can see where it's so easy to see now.
Very easy.
Very.
It's amazing. I could not figure this out until I started looking at you in January and you told me about my damn car. I'm like, oh, okay.
What you mean? Oh, you were making car payments at the time?
Yeah, I'm still making car payments, but it's almost paid off. But it's almost paid off.
So tell me this:
$4,000.
when you came here and you first heard me say that, how did you feel when you heard me say that? What was your initial reaction to make you say, okay, let me pay attention to this dude some more?
I'm telling you, when you first said, when I sat on this line with you and you said that to me, my mind was scrambled. I mean, literally, I was like, it was like everything was getting rewired, it's like it was like I just stopped in my tracks. I was like, oh my God, this actually is making sense.
Right.
I'm like, this is why I'm not getting rich. Oh,
right.
Yeah, I mean, it just threw me for a loop.
Yeah, man.
Literally stopped me. I couldn't believe it.
See, people like you, people like you are the people I'm really doing this for. Those people that know something's wrong, because that was me once. I was walking around the debt matrix. I'm like, and honestly, you couldn't really tell nobody. I used to say to myself just like this: how come I'm not rich?
Yep.
That's what I used to say to myself. Okay.
I the same question.
And I used to say this to myself. I said, I remember one time I was in Seattle, right? And I was driving this part of down by the waterfront. Okay. They got really expensive condos, cost $1 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
I used to say to myself, I don't care if I work at my job 10 years. I'll never be able to buy one of those condos if I wanted one. Not even saying that I wanted one.
Right, right.
There are people in them that own them. Now, I don't know. Besides, I'm not even talking about the people with mortgages. I'm talking to people that actually own them. Right. And I thought to myself, I'm doing something obviously wrong. And I was. It's crazy. I was doing something wrong. I was in the debt matrix.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've been saying to myself for the last 15 years, like, why is it that I don't own a house? Right. I should have a house by now.
Right. Right.
But now I have figured it out this year. You have helped me with that. I need to be at zero.
Hey, you're on your way there, man. You're on your way there. When you get to zero, Geek Surgeon, man, it's this feeling. See, I'm already preparing you for it. Okay. You already kind of have an idea of what it's going to be like, but you ain't going to be able to feel it until you get to zero. And it's going to be this feeling, man. I swear you're going to have a Superman cape on or something.
But you know what, LJ? I've actually semi had that feeling and didn't realize what it was. Because
Right.
I financed the car before, paid it off, and man,
Did it
I was
again.
so happy. I was like, man, I don't have no more car payments. I
Right.
just got my car. You know, I didn't have any serious bills, nothing but living expenses. My bank account started growing. I was like, oh man. But
Right.
then I went right back and bought another car, like a fool.
Financed another car.
Yep. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
financed another car. Thanks for the correction.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey man, I did all that too. Because I remember the same feeling. I remember I paid off a car. I was like, oh man, no more car. It still didn't kick in on me. At that moment, it didn't even kick in on me. And I went back and did it again.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I would never do that again. Ever.
You know, and we was talking about this before. I remember preparing when I used to go on a car lot to finance a car. I remember I used to prepare myself to be there for hours.
Yeah, I did too.
That is absolutely bananas. Now, when you get out the debt matrix, you know for a fact they only do that to debt slaves.
Right. Yeah, and it's funny.
Like
LJ,
who you are today. Would you stay 8 hours at a car lot today?
No, hell no. You know what? When I financed my car, and I actually got a loan from the credit union at like I think it was like 3.1% interest or something like that. And I had the check in hand. So when I did go into the car dealerships, I didn't have to really sit all that long. I'm like, look, you gonna give me what I want, I can leave.
Right.
And that actually felt pretty good. That's like a preview of when I actually do have the cash.
Yeah, I remember I did that before. I got a check from my credit union, walked in there, and it was quick, right? But I was just doing it a different way. They were just getting my business before. They just was basically taking away the business for the car lot. That's all.
Pretty much. That's all they're doing. Yeah.
That's all they're doing. They're not doing it. You're not. It feels like that because you have the feeling of handing them a check and the feeling of paying them in cash, but you're really not paying them in cash because it's not your cash.
It's just a prelude of what you could do on your own.
that check basically says that check basically says to the car lot, the credit union is basically saying, F you, we got them first. Too bad. This is all the money you're gonna get. Period. So you better sell them that something falls in here. That's all the money you're gonna get. That's all that check says. That's it.
Right. Exactly. Hey, I was wondering, LJ.
Yeah.
Have you ever been on Pocket Watching with JT?
I have not. Who's that?
He's a YouTuber. And I think he's in the Black Manosphere.
Is he an accountant?
Yeah.
I've watched him a few times, and I've reached out to him. I've reached out to him before. He just hasn't responded.
Oh,
okay.
So
I just stopped.
I got you.
Because I don't know if he's personally debt free. I can't really tell.
That's what I've been kind of wondering myself, because I hear how he talks. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know.
Right, because that's what when I listen to him, I'm like, because he's not saying the debt free things.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not hearing that.
Yeah, and this is what I'm thinking to myself. If you are an accountant and you're not personally debt free, I'm not listening to anything you're talking about.
Right. Because anytime he's saying finance this and finance that, and I'm like, and then he says something like buying a house at certain interest rate and wealth building over time with you know leveraging. I'm like,
you know, because I heard him, you know, and he was on this channel with this other young dude. And the only reason why I found him, the other young dude, because something came across that Dave Ramsey, don't follow Dave Ramsey or something like that.
Oh, yeah, I think I may have heard that one. Yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of go towards those people just to see, because Dave Ramsey ain't saying nothing special. He's just saying follow math and get debt free. So what are you saying that Dave Ramsey's wrong? So I like to go to those people and see what they're talking about. And 9 times out of 10, they're a debt slave talking. That's why they don't believe in what Dave Ramsey's saying.
Right.
Talking about, because I remember this, you know, he was like, yeah, you know, take this money and borrow this much money. I'm just like, are you talking about business or personal?
That's what confused me. I'm like, is he talking business or is he talking personal finance?
Correct.
Because I'm like, public and private don't mix.
Right, exactly. But they be constantly mixing it. I'll be like, you're telling people one thing, but you're not telling them that you're talking about business. Then you're talking about personal. You talking about a
Right.
home for yourself? That's personal. What are you talking about? You know?
Right. Because when you're talking about, buying a four quad and living in one and renting out the other one, and they paying the tenants paying the mortgages, I'm like, okay, is that personal or is that business?
Right.
Because when you rent you're providing a service to somebody, that's business.
Exactly. You
And
see,
I'm like,
you see how mad they get at me on panels when I be trying to tell them that. They be getting so mad.
yeah, I mean, it's obvious. I mean, you
Mhm.
got they call it personal finance and business
But
finance.
what I'm saying to you, geek surgeon, just what I want you to understand something. It's not obvious to them.
It's not. And I'm thinking it should be obvious.
Exactly. See, I want you to. This is what I want you to do. I want you to, because awareness is being obvious, being aware of the obvious. Okay. But when you say, every time you catch yourself saying, "Oh man, that's obvious," then I want you to look in the mirror and say, "No, it's not." To everybody, not to debt slaves. No, it's not. And then you'll get used to. You'll stop saying that. Yeah, it's obvious to people like me and you, but not to debt slaves.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it'll get you upset. You see somebody you care for or love, and you see them do something dumb financially, and you be like, "Why are you doing that stupid shit?" Because they don't know it's obvious, geez. That's why they're doing it.
I live with a cousin who didn't tell me how bad their finances were,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually their house went into foreclosure.
Mm-hmm.
So once I actually sat down and did their finances, it's crazy how I'm actually doing this and not really understanding
Okay.
that, and I sat down, I figured out how much she was making in income, how much were all her expenses, loans, car notes, whatever. And the woman was $30,000 upside down.
In what? In a house?
House, car.
Ooh, third period. Okay, got
period.
it.
Yes.
Wow.
Period.
Okay. Damn, and everything.
Everything. A month. And we talking about a month.
Can you imagine payments and you're upside down? Oh my God.
And I'm like, okay.
At an interest rate.
Yeah. I told her you just need to go ahead and file Chapter 7.
Yes. How old was she?
I think at the time, like 48, 49.
Yeah, go ahead and file bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Chapter 7.
But she didn't do the Chapter 7. She did the Chapter 13.
Chapter 13 is for debt slaves.
Oh yeah.
What? Let me tell you something. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. So eventually, after I think it was like 3 or 4 years, then she filed Chapter 7. After that pain, it kept knocking her in the head. I'm like, I told you to do that in the first place, didn't I?
Some people still don't learn though. Some people still don't learn.
No, they don't.
They'll get chapter because they don't realize Chapter 7's a gift.
Oh yeah.
That's a gift. They think if you file bankruptcy Chapter 7, you're a loser.
No, you're a winner.
You're a winner. You are a winner. Because that's why everybody don't get. You know what? Them making up Chapter 13, that is the most brilliant.
Oh man, I have to applaud the federal government on that. I have to.
That deserves a clap. Believe that.
I mean, think about it. You get not only the if you got your house in foreclosure, they're in first position, and everybody else falls behind, second, third, fourth, and everybody's getting paid after all this one lump sum.
Yep. Congratulations, man.
Oh man, that's brilliant.
That is that, and they can do it as many times as they want to. Oh
yeah, you can't. Is it like you can only file Chapter 7 like once or twice?
Yeah,
in a lifetime?
Between 7 to 8 years or something like that.
I know it's not too often you can do it.
Yeah, you got it's like 8 years, something like that. 8
yeah,
to
but
10
13,
somewhere.
Chapter 13, you can do that anytime.
They don't never stop to think and say, "Hey, wait a minute. How come I only can do this one every 10 years, but this one as many times as I want?" That doesn't, and they're both called bankruptcy, but why is this one like this and this one's like that? They don't know that, and this is what I believe is brilliant about Chapter 13 too. They allow them to keep the stuff that got them into Chapter 13 in the first place and still make payments to keep the stuff that got them there.
Yep.
And they think for some magical mystery, they couldn't keep up with the payments in the first place. That's why they're in Chapter 13. They're going to somehow keep up with the payments of Chapter 13. Absolutely brilliant.
Brilliant.
That is,
Brilliant.
man.
I have to applaud the federal government on
Hell
that.
yeah. They ain't doing nothing either. They're not making anybody do anything. You come like if you go sign up for Chapter 13, you basically admitting that you are just a financial loser. You're a debt slave.
Yep.
Straight up debt slave.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden you get into like student loan forgiveness programs. It's like, oh man, you might as well be down on the ground in chains while they're just kicking you.
Pretty much. I mean, as long as you in that program, you'll never pay it back.
Never. And the interest continues to accumulate normally.
Yep.
That is bananas. I'm like, hey, congratulations. That's forever money. Congratulations.
Think about it, LJ. When they let's say, I don't know how much those programs of the minimum payments they have.
Right.
But think about it, just for one payment, you're paying double for every payment you make just on the minimum payment.
Yes. They're making double, if not triple.
Yeah.
It counts on their balance.
Crazy.
It's crazy, man. And they think, and you know what debt slaves think? They think they have more money at the end of the month because they're making a small payment to the student loan forgiveness program or whatever, how that works. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, that's something you say that's something I've been trying to figure out. How is it you can get your mind to think, okay, I owe this huge bill over here, or let's just say $15,000, but I'm only just going to pay $10 a month and pay this $15,000. But yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of money at the end of the month, though.
I can tell you the answer for that. You know how?
How?
The title of this video. They think it's gonna be forgiven. That's why they do it. They're like, hey, Biden's gonna forgive it. That's why they keep throwing out titles like this. And they throw out big numbers. They're like, oh, crossing their fingers. I hope it's me. It's never gonna be you. That's why they do that.
It's funny because the second coworker that I was talking to, that's what he was hoping. Man, I sure hope Biden come through with that loan forgiveness.
Yes,
I'm like,
that's why they say it.
Okay,
that's why
I
they
said,
do
why
it.
don't you? I'm thinking, why don't you just pay it off?
You might as well be talking to yourself. You talk like that, geek.
I know. I was talking to myself.
Hey, shout out to Overly Blunt TV, man. Can't wait to drop this podcast, LJ. He reached out to me and I did a podcast with him on Monday. He's gonna drop it Wednesday, man. So I'm gonna put his link in the description in the comments. Go to his channel. Yeah, let me go. Let me grab this. Go ahead and talk, man, while I grab this.
Yeah, man. I've been wanting to share this information with my family, but I don't think they're gonna respond too well to it.
Of course not. You know who's gonna respond to it or not. You already know.
Because I've been talking to my cousin. She quote unquote purchased the house, finance. A house like I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. And I wish I had this information before she put herself in that contract.
Right.
Because she had a nice chunk sum, put down on the house, but it was like, she was just waiting like another couple of years. You good right now.
She wasn't gonna be listening to you anyway.
Nah, I know.
Once they get house fever, that's it, baby. You ain't getting nothing.
Nobody knows delayed gratification anymore.
No. Well, they don't know that you can't buy a house with no money. They don't know that.
That's true.
You see how you got to start rewiring your brain too?
Yeah.
You got to start. You'll stop looking at them like, oh, they're dumb. They don't know. They just don't know. If they knew, they wouldn't do that. If they knew, they wouldn't finance phones while having student loan debt. They would know not to do that.
Oh, I got another story for you. You just okay. Oh my goodness. So I went to the phone store to pay my bill, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to sell me these new flashy phones. Was that new thin flip phone and what expanding phone or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, what kind of phone do you have? I'm like, well, I got a Note 9, whatever.
Right.
Oh man, you need to go ahead and get this phone, man. I said, but I don't want to buy another phone. They said, oh man, it'll just put it on your bill, man. You can finance. I said, no. I said, no. I said, if I'm gonna buy one of these phones, I'm gonna buy it cash. They looked at me like, well, why would you do that?
What?
Exactly. They looked at me like, why would you do that? Because I don't want to finance a phone.
Ooh, did you laugh? Did you laugh?
Yeah, yes, I did laugh
Oh,
at
I
them.
bet you
I
did.
laughed at them right in their face. It did. They're gonna try to, so they couldn't get me on the phone, so they tried to get me with a watch. Like, oh man, your account says that you're good for upgrade and you can get this a free watch. I said free, always free. I said so that means it's already paid for, so I don't have to actually pay the the note, the phone bill on it. It's gonna go right with my phone line. Oh no, it's only $10. Well, it's not free.
Did you say that to him? Were you saying that to
Yes,
him?
I did. I said it's not
funny.
free. I'm paying $10 out of my pocket. That's not free.
That is hilarious. And they still looking at you like you're crazy. What the hell are you talking about?
Right.
Let me do a shout out real quick. Shout out to NYC Evolve 999 Super Chat. Man, that B word talking about buy is something that can get you in trouble. I just say lease or rent. Yeah. I appreciate this, Uncle LJ and SMD family. Thank you, NYC. Appreciate it.
Said Brick City done.
Man, I just love this world, man. You know what? I try to tell people, when they start talking about finance, I'm like, hey man, I live in a different financial world than you. They look at me like I'm crazy.
Hey, I know. I just left BJ's. They tried to sell me another phone. Oh man. Oh, you could change your service and you're good for a phone. And I'm like, I don't want to purchase another phone. I'm good, thank you.
Because they want to get you to finance phone. I was looking at that new Z Fold 3.
Yeah.
Okay? That thing's like $1,800.
Yeah. I think, is that the flip phone or
that's the fold phone? That's the fold phone.
Yeah, the fold phone. Yeah, they tried to sell me both of them. And I'm like, man, I said, you said how much is it? You said it's $1,800. I was like, you know what? If I decide to buy it, I'm buying it cash.
I would never buy it new. I'll just get I'll wait a year or two and then buy it in cash for a quarter of the price. Because but you got $1,800.
What is that phone going to do? What my phone is that I already have is not doing. I talk on
your
the phone.
Not as cool as that one. That's why.
I don't care about being cool.
I know you don't, but they do.
I don't know why.
Have you noticed some of these people judge you by the type of phone you got?
They're not rich. They're just slaves.
I know, but they don't know it. What's up, Andre? They don't know it. Crazy, man.
I can't wait to talk to Andre when I get debt free. Woo-wee. I'm about to get rich.
Make sure you put your helmet on because it might explode your brain. So you got to make sure you're ready.
That's okay. I'll just pick up the rest of my brains with a picture.
Spoon feed me, please.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, man. I appreciate you jumping on, man.
All right. Thanks, LJ.
All right. Have a good one out there in that world, man. Keep doing it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Later. See, I love those, man. I love hearing those stories. Yep, you're right. $10 a month, man. Oh, that's honestly, when they jacking these phone prices up, this is what I want you guys to understand. The real debt slaves have been financing phones for years. When the phones were like $800, okay, they were still financing phones, okay, $500, $800. Now they're getting so high with these phones. Debt slaves now believe financing phones is normal, because you got to understand they will never be able to afford to pay cash for one of those phones anymore. These phones are getting so outrageously priced, and they're taking away shit on them. They will believe that their financing phones are normal, and then they'll get caught in that loop. They get caught into the phone loop. Hey, and this is what the companies do. It's just business. Hey, upgrade, turn that phone back in. We'll give you a credit for this, which is a credit is nothing. It don't mean anything. It's not money. They're just saying, we'll give you a credit of $500. $500 of what? Cash? Oh, just give me the money. Oh, no. We're gonna credit it to your account. Oh, okay, whatever. And then they get you caught in that loop of financing phones. Not only finance the phones, finance the Bluetooth iPods with a matching watch. They just get you guys all wrapped up in that. And if you got student loan debt, that's why you're financing a phone. And then once you're caught in the phone loop, they can charge you guys whatever rate they want on that phone bill. This is what's crazy. This is what's crazy about that. And they only do this to debt slaves, okay? You sign up for a particular package, and they say it's going to be this much per month. And then every time you get your bill, it's a different price, even though you're within the parameters of the package that you bought. Don't you find that weird? How can you charge me a different price for the same, and I'm using the phone the exact same way? I don't know, because you allow it? Maybe that's why. I would never allow that. Hey, wait a minute. This is my package that I bought. Yeah, you said it was this? Yeah, then why isn't it that? Oh, because of this and that canceled. I don't care about that. This is what I said. Once you get out of the debt matrix, that doesn't happen. I pay my plan by the year and I buy my phones in cash. Bye. See you next year. I don't have anything to do with anything else with a bill coming from the phone company. Never. Only when my year is up, I'll get an alert and says, hey, your year's almost up. You want to buy another year? Yeah. Click. Done. See you next year. But first, I always do this. When the year is coming up, I go to look first to see if they got a better plan. I just don't automatically assume a year from now, I still have the best plan. Nope. I always check to say, oh, did you guys come up with something better? Because they're not going to tell me. That's business. They're not going to tell me that. So I go and look. Oh, it's $10 cheaper. Okay, cool. For the same service. Any other questions? Any other questions about the title? Those of you guys out there with student loan debt, thinking one day it's going to be forgiven. It's not. Putting your student loans in forbearance and student loan forgiveness programs and buying a house. Yeah. You're pretty much going to die a debt slave. If you're in a student loan forgiveness program and they're older and your student loans are older than the house you just bought, you're going to die a debt slave. Yeah, you're just going to die a debt slave. Because you can't buy a house while having student loan debt. That's impossible. And if you're one of these people that believe your student loan debt is going to be forgiven, you might as well stop. Stop doing that. Stop. But just like what Kirkland Dorsey's saying right now, Antoine, we need you slaves. Hey, I don't want all you slaves to wake up. I don't. The majority must be slaves. The majority of you guys must believe that you can invest in cryptocurrency while you're having student loan debt. The majority of you must believe that you can contribute to a 401k while having student loan debt. The majority of you must believe that you're getting a match at work, a 3% match, a 6%, whatever your employer tells you, who gives a fuck? Whatever. If you guys believe that you're getting a match while having student loan debt, we need you to keep believing that. We need you to believe that you can write off taxes on a financed house. We need you to believe that. That's important. We need you to believe that it's okay to finance a car for 84 months while having student loan debt, begging. That don't even make no fucking sense. Begging for forgiveness, and you financing cars and houses. And you believe the student loan debt is the problem. That's why I can't get ahead that damn student loan debt. It's not to finance brand new 2021 Cadillac Escalade. It's not that. If you walk in on a car lot and they run your credit report, listen, okay, you guys got to really understand something. If you go on a car lot and you talking about you want to finance a car and they run your credit report and they find out that you got student loan debt older than your children, they're going to financially abuse you. Because you don't know that you can't buy a car. You obviously don't know. You can't buy a car with student loan debt. You can't do that. Yeah, get those likes up. Appreciate it, because you guys know I don't be talking about that too much. Bob Brown says they're going to forgive these loans and free the slaves if we send more. Pretty much, Bob Brown. Pretty much. Why do you think it won't be forgiven? Omar? No, I don't believe that. No, they're not going to forgive them. Not. Because they will never release that many debt slaves. We need you guys to be working. While having student loan debt, that means you always have to have a job. And especially if you have plans on never paying off your student loan debt, you will always need a job. You will always have to work because you got debt, you got student loan debt. The only people that can stop working are people with no debt because they don't owe nobody nothing. And when I say stop working a regular job. They usually go on working for themselves. Doing something, listen, usually go on doing something that you love, like what I'm doing, and this doesn't feel like work, and you will never hear me talk about retirement ever. I don't want to ever retire, ever. I don't care about retirement. That has nothing, and I don't want to retire. Then it says, my cousin just graduated and she wants to move out on her own. I said, you better pay off that student loan debt before that. You know, when you're young and you're not really, this is what I really mean about this gift. Once you understand this gift, the ability to see negative numbers psychologically, you're going to naturally teach your children the same knowledge. That's going to be an automatic. It's going to be an automatic. And then by the time they're 18, they won't be talking about that. They won't be like, hey, I'm 18. I want to move out on my own and have while having student loan debt. They're going to know that they're not going anywhere until they probably won't even have student loan debt. But if they do, they will know that they're not moving out until they pay off all their student loan debt. Because that's what it's there for. It's to really help people that didn't achieve the knowledge or whatever to save up or do what they had to do. But at the same time, they want their money back. Oh, you didn't realize you needed money to pay for college? Oh, okay. Well, here's the loan, but you got to pay us back. Nothing's free. But people, they get the degrees, and for some reason they forget to pay it back when they got the money to get the degree. They don't even own what's in those frames. The majority of people that have these degrees in these fancy frames sitting on the walls, they don't even own the fucking piece of paper inside of them. They don't even know that. Debt slaves don't even know that. Hey man, you got student loan? Yeah. You don't even own that paper in that fancy frame. No, they'll look at you like what's wrong with you? What are you talking about? I don't own it. Yes, I do. There it is. They can't take it back. They don't want it back. They don't want that worthless piece of paper. You don't even own it. That's what kills me when I go to a lot of like other finance channels. What do they have in the background sitting on the wall? Their degrees, giving financial advice, and they got student loan debt. This is anytime you go to a channel and you see those degrees on the back wall. This is what you ask them. Do you have student loan debt? If they say yes, you click unsubscribe immediately. You go to some accountant and they got those degrees on the wall. You say, do you have student loan debt? Especially accountant. You got student loan debt? Yeah? Unsubscribe. What are you giving financial advice out for and you got student loan debt older than your degree? That's sitting on the wall because it's mailed to you after the fact. I try to spin that back into the unsubscribe. I always ask, hey man, did you finance that? I always comment in there. Did you finance? Do you own your house? No, they have a mortgage, blah, blah, blah. They'll try to explain, but they got a great, whatever, unsubscribe. I'm not listening to anybody. Listen, I'm not listening to anybody that has student loan debt older than their accounting business. I'm not going to, why would I listen to you? That makes absolutely, you don't even own yourself. If you have student loan debt, you don't even own you. And you're going to tell me how to do finances? I own myself. Listen to this closely. The economy of you determines the economy outside of you. Now, if you add up all your savings, add up all your debt, yes, including your student loans, and hit equal, it finds you in the negative. The economy of you is in bad shape. So that your economy of you is going to match the economy outside of you. That's what it's going to do. So if you don't even own you, guess what you're going to do out in the economy that everybody shares? They're going to own you too. They own you. Step number 1, you must first own yourself. How do you do that? Pay off your student loan debt. Stop begging for forgiveness like a low-down, dirty debt slave. Stop begging. Why are you begging? Begging's not going to change nothing. It's not going to change anything. If you got a brand new if you're one of these people online talking about iPhone versus Android, you say, are both of you guys, hey, you financing your phone, Apple person? Yeah. Hey, Android person, you financing your cell phone? Yeah. You guys are just debt slaves arguing amongst each other like low down debt slaves. Which phone's better? I be congratulating Apple and Samsung. I'm like, I don't know how you guys started that, but that is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely, hands down, brilliant. Because debt slaves, they don't look at the bigger picture. You mean there's 2 competitors in the whole United States of America, and you really believe they're competing? And there's only 2. Now, imagine the job you might own some business. How much competition do you have doing whatever you do? You get to the top of the tree and there's only 2? That's not competition. That's business. They're raking in the dough. People with student loan debt arguing over 2 finance phones, Samsung or Apple, which one's better and all that. You guys, man. Businesses, oh man. That's not, That's why I love what I do. How much competition you think I'm going to have? Being the motivational speaker that can prove everything I'm saying. I can prove it. If they don't believe in mathematics, that's their problem. That has nothing to do with me. I won't have no competition. And you know what's so crazy? I'm gonna be big like Tony Robbins, right? But this is the one thing I'm gonna really love. I will still be able to walk around by myself. Nobody's gonna recognize me because the majority think I'm invisible. The majority can't see me. What do you mean can't see negative numbers psychologically? Never mind that, slave. Never mind. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. Hell yeah, you're right, Omanike. Paid off phone is a better phone. Exactly, Gabriel. Play Monopoly and you will know how the economy works. I promise you that. I always tell you youngsters, this is what I want you to do. You start at home, go get your Monopoly board, invite your friends and your cousins, maybe your family members, right? And you say, hey, you guys want to play Monopoly? They're going to all say, yeah. And you say, hey, first rule number 1, we're going to play only by the rules on the box. They're going to say, what do you mean? Because none of them will have ever read the rules on the Monopoly box. None of them. This is how we're going to play according to the rules on the box. And guess what? I'm going to be the bank. You can't let debt slaves be the bank because they'll think slipping out 100 or 500 is funny. They'll think it's funny. Oh yeah, and try to stay ahead of no, I'm the bank and we're only playing by the rules on the box. That's it. And then you'll see, and then you'll let them play the way they do, like debt slaves play. You play debt free. And right there, after you do that a few times, you'll know how the real economy works. It works just like that. LJ, Samsung manufactures some of the iPhone parts. Absolute. Samsung, Apple, congratulations. Apple, I see why your facility looks like that in California. Congratulations, make a damn spaceship. You got enough money to make it look like a space. Congratulations, Apple. I don't know where your headquarters is, Samsung. I'm sure it probably doesn't look like a spaceship, but I'm sure it's just as big. Congratulations. You got debt slaves fighting over your phones. Congratulations. Who's better? You're this and that. I mean, memes are out there. All those debt slaves with student loan debt. Congratulations on increasing the prices of your cell phones so high, they have no choice but to finance it. They have absolutely no choice but to finance whatever phone you guys come out with. Congratulations. Got them caught up in the cell phone loop. Congratulations. Got them thinking they'll be embarrassed if they have an old phone. Congratulations, Apple, Samsung. Congratulations. Because people like me, the S&D family, we don't care. Hey, I don't care what debt slaves think about my phone, what year it is. I don't care. All I know it's mine. You got student loan debt? Yeah, that's why you're financing the phone. That's why you care about the latest and greatest phone. Apple took away the power brick. Samsung is following suit. Took away the headphone jack. Hold up, you want me to buy your phone, but you take it. You gonna tell me what I can and cannot do on it? No, keep your phone. You ain't telling me what I'm doing on my phone? Hell no, you ain't. I knew this. I remember I was in iPhones really early, and I noticed like every time the iOS got upgraded, my phone would slow down. I was like, what the? They didn't finally admit that till years later, but I didn't need nobody to tell me that. Of course, why would they continue to make a newer OS work on the older platform, the older parts? It doesn't make sense. But they was doing it so fast. I was like, damn, people would think that they had to upgrade their phone to make it work the way it used to work when they first got it. Hell no, you ain't doing none of that. I quit. No, I'm out. Now, don't get me wrong. Let me make sure people understand this. And if you've always been an Android person, I'm gonna tell you just straight up. There is no touch screen like the iPhone screen. Okay, there is no touch screen like that. Once you go from Apple to Samsung, you can't really tell unless you coming from Apple to go to Samsung. You could tell the difference between the touch screen. Apple got that mastered. Okay, that's mastered. But I don't want nobody telling me what I can and cannot do on my phone. I don't like that. Now I got a Mac. I love their computers. You ain't telling me what I can do on my phone. Sorry. What's up, Eclectic Agitator? Shout out to the Truth and Facts, Good Logic and Understanding. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Now, if there's not any more questions about me or the topic or whatever, so we're going to get off. I'm going to put this link up here one more time. If anybody got something to say, ask a question of me. Like I said, not Omanike, but Nicer put if you want to go check out a shirt, go get a shirt. Where's the banners? Okay. Right there. There's my Cash App. SMD is where you're going to get the truth. I'm excited about Overly Blunt's. He's going to put that podcast up there. I'm excited. Very excited. That was a very good podcast. Him and I talked for almost 2 hours. I'm not sure if it was 2 hours, but did I come myself? Over 2 hours. It was a good talk, man. Straight pod. I don't know if he's gonna. I think it's just podcast, no video. I don't know if he's gonna do video now. I don't know. But anyway, he's gonna have it up by Wednesday. Looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that. OG says, what's the best strategy for paying off debt loan? Come see me and I'll give you the plan. SavingsMinusDebt.com, SavingsMinusDebt.com. Schedule a consultation, and then I can give you the blueprint. Help you skip all the hurdles that I had to go through to understand what to do. I can help you. I can lay out the plan, mathematically speaking, and then when I give you this plan, you'll know why I created the plan, and you will know why I'm telling you to do what you should do to be free. All right. There will be no mistakes. The hard part is actually doing it. That's the hard part. Okay. But the plan will be, you can use it now, you can use it later. The only difference, by the time, if you waited a year or two, you're probably going to have more debt. But other than that, that's the plan. SavingsMinusDebt.com. I thought I had that banner up, but I guess I don't. Where's that at? Right there. If you want a consultation, go to my website, click on schedule consultation, and we can get started. If you want to be free, if you ever want to hear what I'm talking about, if you ever want to hear or understand what I'm saying, you have to be debt free. You can't, there is no other way to do it. In order to feel this feeling of freedom, to actually be free, you have to become debt free to understand any of it. It's an undescribable feeling. You can't really explain it. You're just going to know you're free. And then whatever you have put on the back burner of your brain, like I believe everybody has something that they would love to be doing. Their favorite thing, if they could just figure out how to make money from it, they would do it until they're dead, and it wouldn't feel like work. Whatever that is, that has most likely has been put on the back burner because you're deep in debt. So you're like, hey, not right now, not as the years are passing by, not right now, not right now. Once you get out of debt, that comes to the forefront, and you will turn that into whatever you wanted to turn into. You'll turn it into that, and you'll figure out how to make money from it, because that's what the majority of people are looking for. That's what the majority of debt slaves are looking for. Freedom. They want freedom. That's why the majority of people, you walk by their computer screen, they always have pictures they always have screensavers of places that they'd rather be than that cubicle. Have you noticed that? They always do that. They don't know that's what they're saying, okay? Debt slaves don't know that the reason why they have pictures of places like that, because they don't want to be where they're at. So in other words, they rather wait for 1 week out the year to be able to do that. 1 week out of the year to be able to, if it's approved. Work the whole year. Say, you know what, at least I will be able to get the schedule where I want to spend this peaceful vacation during this time in my life. But they have to submit it to the manager to see if it's going to be approved. Once you get out of the debt matrix, you'll see and understand how ridiculous that sounds. That sounds absolutely ridiculous. Oh, seniority gets the best dates. The best dates. I don't care about seniority. I want those dates too. Like, think about it. It don't even make sense, right? You can't just say, you can't just walk. You know what? You can't just wake up one day and say, today I'm going on vacation, without letting them know. You'll get in trouble. But if you follow the rules and submit whatever they say, then you got to wait till they approve it or not. That doesn't make any sense. What do you mean? If I can't do this, you guys can't do that. I'm putting in and telling you the dates. If I could see if they say, hey, vacation dates have to be implemented by this month or this time deadline. Okay, I totally get that, because they gotta put things in place or whatever, right? But if you do that and then they say, nah, then what? Tell your whole family, sorry, we can't do it on those dates. Well, we're going to miss so-and-so. Well, I can't do it. All that changes. What's up, Sal's? What's going on? All right. Yeah, I know you usually be in here, man, but this was kind of a pop-up, but. Trying to get this camera right. So if you guys are tired of it, you know, it's like when he said that question, I'm like, there is a strategy. There is, and there's only one. And I understand what that one is. Like when I tell people, people don't really understand what I do, right? They don't really understand that I can give you the blueprint to your freedom. That's guaranteed. Guaranteed I can give you that. The work is going to be on you. Once I show you the blueprint, now you have to put in the work. They say, well, LJ, what do you do? First I go look at the credit report and I look at all three. I kind of give them an idea, but you guys don't know what I'm looking for in the credit reports. You guys have no idea what I'm looking for. I couldn't even tell you. When you look at your credit report and I look at your credit report, we see two different things. Why? Because I can see negative numbers. You can't. So when I look at your credit report, I see what I need to see. What are you trying to do, Gabriel? All right, I guess we're going to wrap this one up. And then I will get this thing tagged and set up right for people to come back later and check it out again. Like I always said, man, I found my gift. I will be doing this until I'm dead. I will be big as Tony Robbins. I will be up on the stage with Tony Robbins once he hears me, once he sees what I do. When big motivational speakers finally hear me speak and they say, this dude says he can see negative numbers psychologically, they're going to reach out to me. They're going to know that I know something that millions of people don't know, obviously. Shout out to Theo. Thank you for joining, sir. Appreciate you, man. You know we got to do a follow-up, Theo, right? You know we have to do a follow-up. People are asking for a follow-up, so we have to do a follow-up. You know that's a must. But thank you for joining, sir. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the content that I do have up there. And so that you know, Theo, I really give the videos over there are not as much, but they're more deeper thoughts, financial stuff, that I do that only those people over there and the members only will understand. I don't really bother saying it on this side of the free side because they won't have no idea what I'm talking about. Yes, I am. Most definitely Gary V. It's mostly when Gary V hears what I speak and do, he will most definitely want to talk to me. Most definitely. And I'm not even when I say things like that, I want you guys to understand, I'm not bragging. I'm not saying that I'm this special. No, I'm saying that I know something that millions of people do not know. I can see negative numbers psychologically. Okay, that's my gift. Once they hear me speak like that, they're gonna like, oh shit, this dude knows something. Yeah, that's it. Negative numbers suck. No debt is the only way, for sure. That's why when I hear you say that, Theo, that's why I couldn't comprehend. It was like malfunction, glitch. I'm going to finance a McLaren glitch. I start glitching out, man. I start glitching out. And I was like, wait, something. Don't compute. No, no compute. I'm like, maybe Theo threw some kind of virus in my program because it was just throwing me off, right? All right, I'm doing that now. I got to make it come up there. Okay, there you go. For the person who texts me. All right, here you go. Because I always forget. Shout out to Andre Lewis for the $2 super chat. I want to tell friends don't want to lose friends. Yeah, that's going to be I look at it this way, Andre. This is what's going to happen. You are going to lose some friends. It's just going to happen. Okay, but look at it this way. No matter how long the friendship was, it doesn't really matter. You're making room for other people that know, because the other people that know, they're going to help you along your journey. They're going to give you the type of advice that you're looking for, but they must first see you put in the work. You got to be putting in the work. Like my friend Andre here, right? He gives me advice all the time, background, emails, but he obviously saw that I was putting in the work first. You got to put the work in first. So when you do that, don't worry about it. You're going to lose them. Maybe you'll plant a seed in them. They'll come back 5-10 years later. Oh, Andre, you was right, man. I was, you just never know when it's going to come back around. Okay. But yeah, congratulations. The McLaren is not worth those retail prices. Even when, Like when people were telling me, okay, this is what you guys got to listen for. I remember when people were sending Fresh Pit CEO, they were saying, hey man, Fresh is financing a McLaren. The first thing I thought, I had to find out whose name is the McLaren under. Okay. If the McLaren is under a business name and he's financing it, that's different. So when I saw that, I'm not going to ever know unless I know whose name that McLaren is under. If it's under a business name and he's talking about financing, get it. Congratulations. Understand. Totally get it. But if it's under your personal name, that's different. Okay. Because I see a lot of his friends doing different high-end cars. I just want to know. And some of them own businesses. I'm thinking, whose name is that car under? If it's under a business name, I understand why they're doing what they're doing. But if it's under the personal name, I don't know why they're doing what they're doing. I don't know. But I'm sure their personal credit report will tell me why they would finance a high-end car under their personal name. Their personal credit report will tell me why. But if I come across and say, oh, it's under the business name, okay, I get it. Totally get it. Look at me, says the guy making McLaren payments. Like, again, yeah, if you're making McLaren payments under your personal name, I don't know why you're doing that. Hey, whatever, get women, the box, whatever you guys need. It's like, it doesn't even make sense. If you're making payments on a car so you can get a woman, you got to look in the mirror first. Because you financed a depreciating object with interest to get a woman. That says more about you. You got to say to yourself, you got to go look in the mirror and say, why would I finance a depreciating object with interest so I can get a woman? That doesn't even make any sense. And then say like you do that. And then you get the woman that's attracted to you for that finance car. You get exactly what you're looking for. You're going to get it. If you get the woman that you're trying to get with the car, you're going to get exactly the woman you deserve. The woman that likes the car. It has nothing to do with you, especially if you financed it. That's a problem. That's a whole different problem. Because I'm not against, if you want to buy a high-end car under your personal name, okay, cool, whatever. But if you decide to finance it under the business name, I get it. I totally get it. Totally get it. Because you're not paying for it. People are obviously paying for it. You're not making the payments. They're making the payments. So when I talk to Fresh and he says the McLaren is under the business name, okay, I get it. Totally get it. Congratulations. Good job. I'm going to buy the McLaren, however, no debt, cash. Okay, good. And honestly, Theo, you should figure out how you can put it under a business or something. Honestly, that's how you should do it. Okay, you still a win-win. You still a win-win. You still own the McLaren, but you put it under for obviously for tax reasons too, right? But say like sometimes I'll be seeing you on the shows giving out financial advice. Say like you're coming up with some kind of financial business or whatever, man. And the McLaren's under the business name. You say, hey, look, if you follow my plan, look what you can buy, a McLaren, right? Just do that. Straight up. Because this is how I look. This is before I got out the debt matrix, right? There would be car shows that used to come to Seattle inside the dome, right? And it was cool to go see the cars at the high-end Ferraris and all this other stuff at the car shows, just like old supercars, but all fixed up to brand new, right? Hundreds of, if not millions of dollars, right? You got to pay to go in to see these cars. You can't even sit in them. They put it real close so you can take a picture next to it, because every time you see somebody take a picture next to a supercar, they always take the picture like it's clearly not their car, right? I never did that kind of stuff. I just like, I used to think to myself, why do I want to pay to go see some cars that I'm never going to be able to buy myself? That's the purpose. That's why they have car shows, so people can actually get close, look, or take a picture next to a car that they will never be able to buy. if they believe that in their mind. Because obviously it's not true. If somebody owns them, obviously it's not true. Obviously you can buy, you just got to figure out how. Any other questions? And if you guys come across some other financial channels that might want me on the show or want me on the panel, hey man, reach out to me, let me know. You know, I'm always down for that. More podcasters, if you guys want me on the show, just like let me put, did I put his, okay, let me post his link one more time. You guys go check out his channel subscribe and check out his channel on Wednesday. He's going to upload the podcast him and I did on the show. It was a real good podcast too. If you are in your 20s, late 20s, I highly, strongly suggest you check it out. There's the link because he's around your age. And this young man, he's already got the passion of what he's doing. You can clearly see with his podcast. If you go check him out, you clearly see this is a passion. Okay, clearly, right? He's ahead of the game because I didn't know what my passion was when I was getting out of debt. I didn't know I was going to become savings minus debt and start a channel and start helping people change their life. I didn't know that. So he's ahead. He just has to have a plan to get out of the debt matrix, right? Once you get out of the debt matrix, he's just going to take off. So there's the link. The geek says, are they extending the moratorium, or I don't know. I got to look that up because I haven't really been paying attention to the moratorium. I don't really watch. I got to watch the news a little bit. I got to watch the news a little bit more to kind of stay on the financial stuff, right? I don't really care about the other stuff, just the financial stuff. And when just right off the bat, thinking about the moratorium, nothing has changed for say the moratorium ended, okay? This is just me. Millions of people can't just be kicked out. Okay, that just can't happen. Okay, especially with September, it's getting closer to the winter months. That can't happen. So something's going to happen. I'm not going to say it's going to be in the form of money because they always do different things. They make it seem like it's helping you, but you could put it this way. You guys are going to pay for not paying rent for almost 2 years. You guys are going to debt slaves. You guys are hands down. You guys are going to be paying for it. So whatever plan that pops up, this is just my opinion. Okay. You guys just don't get off that scot-free. I'm going to just tell you that right now. You guys are going to pay in some form, but it's going to be presented to you in some kind of budget plan or something they make up. Right. Whatever they make up, you guys are going to pay for this 2 years of not paying. I know you guys think you're getting over not paying. You think you have more money. You guys are going to be paying for it. OK, I promise you. They're in the background working up some type of plan. I promise you. Atticus says, I want to buy the S&D shirts right now. What's your shirt? It's scrolling on the bottom right there, Atticus. Right there. I know when it's scrolling, you can't click on anything, but let me just a second. Let me see something here. Oops. If I edit that. Okay, I'm gonna post it in there so you can click on the link. Here we go. All right, there's the link for the t-shirts. So I appreciate that, Atticus. And those of you that purchasing, you guys been purchasing them in the background. I appreciate that. And if you guys get some stories, I really want to hear the stories when you're out and about wearing the S&D shirts. I would love for you guys to jump on and tell me the story that happens when you're out there. Sal's, I think Sal's and Gabriel, you guys need to get together or not. Get you two out there in public. I'm like, hey, they're not with S&D. They're not. We don't act like that. No, we don't want you debt slaves to die. Who said that? Gabriel or Sal's? No, we don't want. Okay, they're not meaning physically because everything. Andre says some state have their own rules. I'm sure they do. Please post to the UK and confirm. Oh, and confirm if you have received my order. Please post it. I think they ship. Oh, do they ship everywhere? I will. I should receive a email or it's text, and I will confirm when I get it. Okay. I'm on it right now. Making it. Oh, appreciate that, Atticus. I will. Oh, that's afterwards. Got it. Okay. I haven't received a notification yet, so when I do it, I should see your email address in there and stuff like that. And I think they do it automatically too, but we'll double check. Thank you for the support, Atticus. I'll be seeing you over there on Instagram. Thank you. Much appreciated. You know, I'll be seeing you a lot. Atticus been following me for a minute too, man. You've been following me for quite a while right now, and still do. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think they're offered for. Well, they already do that now, Monique, for home buyers that couldn't pay their mortgages. So that when I talk about the moratorium, I'm talking about renters. Okay, I'm just talking about rent. They already came up with the moratorium 40-year mortgages. You guys are all going to take that because you don't want to lose your house. So they're going to wrap up all the payments that you missed into the new loan, and you're going to be paying more than the whole 2 years or year that you haven't been paying. So you're going to pay, slaves. You guys don't get off debt free. Told scot-free. No extensions, slaves, no curtains can block the debt. The government not about to throw them out, especially in California and New York. Either way, they still owe, and the debt will grow. Yeah, that's true. They're not gonna throw that. Think about it. Think about how many people are out or are not paying rent. You think they're gonna kick all those people out in the street? They're not. That's not gonna happen. Okay, that cannot happen. All right, everybody loses if that happens. Everybody loses. And when I think about like California, me personally, in the bigger picture, I don't know what they're doing. I think they're clear. Maybe they got too many people in California, so they're coming up with this ridiculous stuff in California, making everybody just leave. Now, why? Because you got to think about why would they want money to leave? Maybe they got too much. They got too many people in there, so they're making up stuff to get people to leave. It just doesn't make any sense. Good luck, bro. You think the George Floyd protest was bad? Oh yeah, just wait. Just wait. Sorry, you guys, looking at something real quick here. Wonder why they charged me some money for that. Got to figure that out. Why is that? I saw the. 1 second. I'm just looking at something, you guys. Okay, so I see your shirt purchase, sir. Got to figure that out. I'm not sure what's going on. Got it. Okay. All right. So it's confirmed it, but I got to check something else because they charged me some money for something. I'm not sure why they did that. But anyway. But I appreciate that, sir. I will make sure. Maybe it has something to do with the UK. I'm not quite sure, but I'll figure it out. Not a big deal. Appreciate that, Atticus. There's this thing. Oh man, I appreciate you. Thank you, man. And wear it proudly in the UK. I'm excited. SMD's going all over the world. SMD's going all over the world. There's gonna be an SMD shirt in the UK. You guys see it happening? Do you see it happening? Atticus is gonna have, now remember this. I want everybody to watch this video that come 10 years from now. Atticus is going to be the first one in the UK to have an SMD shirt. The first one. Oh, shipping charge. Okay. I kind of figured that, Andre. Hey, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Thank you, Atticus. It's worth it. It's worth it. Love it. The first one. Right. I'm going to have to copy Andre's name. International LJ. No, International SMD. Okay. No, I mean they look. I think it's a charge for me too, Atticus. I think it's something. It's probably because you're in the UK. I don't know. I'll figure that out. But it's worth it. Don't worry about it. I'll get it. Whatever. Atticus says, "Oh, I see dead people." Oh, I'm gonna be excited. I'm gonna be excited to hear you wear that shirt. Oh man, that's gonna be nice. That's gonna be nice. That is going to, man. Andre says, just have to. Oh, Cash App me? The difference? I'm not sure what's going on. I mean, I'll figure it out though. I don't know, but I'm just happy about it. How much charges? It says 21. It says $21 because I got it. Because every time something happens on my credit card, right, I always get an alert from my credit card, and it says 21. Let me see. Because you're the first person overseas to buy the shirts. I'm just trying to figure it out. I don't really know what's going on, but it says $21.16. So it says something was charged. We're notifying you that the t-shirt company charged a pending of $21.16 was charged on your credit card. So that I don't really understand how or why. But I'm sure Andre knows why that is. But anyway, I'm happy. You're gonna be the first one, Atticus. All right. And I'm excited when you wear it. I need you to have you on to let me know the responses that you get, especially the I see dead people. Oh man. Okay. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. LJ SavingsMinusDebt International and Social. Oh, I like that. I like that. How much they oh, okay, I already said that. Okay, got it. Yeah, somebody made this whole exactly. Somebody made it international. I love it. And I'm saying it now before I blow up, before SMD blows up. Atticus is the first one in the UK to buy the first SMD shirt. All right, I'm saying it now. Make sure if it's my purchase that caused it, I'll send you via Cash App right now. I'll find out. And here's how can we do that? I mean, it has to have something to do with that. I'm just not sure what it has to do with that. So, and I'm sure it's something to do with shipping, but something I probably didn't check when because I didn't expect nobody internationally. That didn't put in my mind. And Andre's been telling me to think international anyway. My brain's still stuck in the US, so I'll figure it out. Here's my email. You got my email, Atticus? There's my email, just in case. Send me your email. Because how much do you know how much they charged you for shipping? Did they charge you for shipping? It seems like I must have didn't check a box to say the shipping, because I'm assuming that they didn't charge you no shipping, because I can't see them charging you shipping and then me shipping, because that's like double dipping. Andre says, funny thing, Gabe, a 9-year-old can't. Is Gabe A up in here? I didn't see Gabe up in here. Oh, Gabriel, excuse me. All right. Gabriel, 9 year. Yeah. I read that wrong. Okay. Send me your email. Charge me. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. All right. Now that makes sense because I know it ain't $4.39 to UK. Okay. All right. Here's my Cash App, Atticus, and I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. There's my Cash App. And like I said, it was $21.16. So I get that. I'm gonna get that changed ASAP because if some people over there in the UK likes that shirt and they decide to buy it, I want to make sure I get that straight. So thank you again. Thank you very much, Atticus, for your support. Very, very, very thankful. I hope you guys all know that everything I do, everything I get from you guys, I'm thankful. I'm just happy to be here to change people's lives. I'm very grateful that I have a gift that I can share with people that can. I mean, if you don't even have kids yet, or if you have young kids, you still, especially if you have young kids, you guys can give them this information. It's going to change their lives forever. You guys are going to create generational wealth because you're going to teach them never to finance stuff. It's just, man. Because I guarantee you this, if I learned this when my kids were still young, it would have been totally different. All right, cool, Sal. Thank you, sir. Hey, that's why I didn't put that's why I didn't put slave on any of the shirts, because I know Sal's would have bought that immediately. If I would have put slaves on any shirt, Sal's would have bought every single shirt that had slave on it. Most definitely, Gabriel Future, debt-free millionaire for sure. And that's the key word, right, Andre? Debt-free millionaire. Debt-free. Thank you, Atticus. I've just received it. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated, man. It makes me feel really, the first time somebody told me that I changed their life, right? That's something that you don't hear. Nobody accidentally says that. Nobody accidentally says, hey, man, you changed my life. That just doesn't happen. It's an unbelievable feeling. It's an amazing feeling. I hope I can be a role model to a lot of you guys, that you guys can do anything, because I'm telling you guys before it happens that I'll be up on stage with Tony Robbins, Dave Ramsey, Warren, all the big financial people. They're going to know. They're going to know. And I'm not saying I'm special. I just have the personality for it. I've been preparing my whole life for this. I couldn't put my finger on it. I didn't know. I didn't wake up one day and say, oh, man, I don't have the ability to see negative numbers psychologically. You know, that you just can't make that up. You don't learn this accidentally. First, you have to do it. First, you have to do it in order to understand it. I would have LJ love the slave shirt. I can't put slave on there. I can't. You guys will be getting in fights. I'm not going to do that. I mean, will I put debt slave on a shirt? I maybe can get away with debt slave. What you think, Andre? What you think about debt slave on a shirt? Because one thing about saying debt slave, you can't really mistake that for any other type of slave, right? Debt slave. Gabriel says, no, LJ, I promise you money, bro. I know you have, Gabriel. $1 million. I made Gabriel promise me $1 million. Now you're probably thinking that's a lot, right? But Gabriel's going to have like 20. I'm pretty sure Gabriel will be able to eke by on 19 million. Okay. He might be able to, if he sticks with canned goods and an electric car, he might can get away living on $19 million. Okay. Nice. It says the next song I write, take this debt and take this debt and shove it. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that. Gabriel says SMD2 will be wealthy. Just take your time. Oh yeah. Hey man, I'm going to take your 1 million and add it on top of the other millions. Okay. I'm just going to put it on there. It's going to be like the frosting on the cake, right? Here's the cake of my millions. Cause you're going to have your own million and I'm going to take your million and I'll put it on like frosting. That's all I'm going to do. I'm like, hey, look at my frosting, Gabriel. Thanks, man. Do you classify yourself as a minimalist? When you get out of debt, that minimalistic stuff that automatically happens. All right, I don't really. When you become what's called a minimalist, that's just your life. It doesn't feel like I don't feel like I'm putting the actual word minimalist to me. It almost like puts a name on it, right? And it's not a name. It's just the way I live, right? I don't consider myself a minimalist. I just like, hey, this is just what I need and what I don't need. So that's a good question, E-Love. Thank you for the question. But once you get out of the debt matrix, you just live like a minimalist. It just happens, right? Sal's will scratch it out. I'm sure I missed something. Atticus says debt slave would be fine even here in the UK. I'm thinking about it. Oh, okay, got it. Andre says, oh, got it. Okay, I know. Sal's will scratch it out. You know what, Sal's? I'm gonna have to make your shirt. I'm gonna have to make your shirt specially made to its resistance to pen marks and dye and everything. Because saying debt slave instead of slave, the reason why I like, not only Andre suggested it, but I like saying debt slave because I try to remove everything that a debt slave can have an opinion about. So if I say debt slave, they know I'm talking about debt. They know I'm not talking about black people. They know I'm talking about the slaves that they see on TV. Debt slave is debt slave. I'm still going to, but you know what, Geek Surgeon? I'm still going to say slave-splaining. Saying debt slave-splaining takes away from the emphasis of slave-splaining. I tried to do that. I was like, I like saying slave-splaining. It comes out fast. Oh, you're slave-splaining. Hey, man, well, what if I take out your slave-splaining? See, you can't say, oh, you're debt slave-splaining. That's too long. You're slave-splaining. Turning 100 to 110 is hard work, but 100 million to 110 million is inevitable. Exactly. That is the truth because you're not doing anything. You got that much money, it's working for you, baby. You don't have to do nothing. I'm not a minimalist. I'm a simplistic. Yeah, I like that. I just says debt slave would be good. I'm thinking debt slave. I am thinking debt slave because slave just gets your attention, right? That's why I came out with slave, because if I would have said anything else, hey, you're financially bad with money. I'd be just like every other financial channel on YouTube. But when I use the word slave, everybody's like, who are you talking to? Okay, debt slave. And the reason why I use slave, I figured like, hey, I found that in the Bible. I can say, hey, look, Proverbs 22:7 says you're a slave if you're a slave to the lender. But people don't want to hear that. But debt slave, there is no misunderstanding. Debt slave means debt slave. So for sure. Sal says, yeah, I definitely throw everything away. My family members say, shit, you might throw us. And I love it, man. I love it. Omanika says without the hyphen, debt slave. Put the hyphen. Oh, gotcha. Oh, put the hyphen between debt slave. Gotcha. Okay, make the association even more. Okay, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. Got it. Even that would make it even more for them to have less of an opinion about debt slave. There will be no mistake. So good idea, Omanike. Thank you. I like that, because even if you separate it, it can be like slave. Oh, hyphen. Okay, got it. That's tied to the word debt for sure. Okay, I like that. Okay. Now I got to come up with a good statement to put debt slave. I could damn near put it in everything. I'm gonna stick with slave-splaining though. I'm not putting debt in front of slave-splaining. I like when I go to channel, like when I'm on panels and you guys are in the comments and oh man, you hear all those people talking. Oh man, you're slave-splaining. Or when somebody's up on a panel and they're talking to me, I see you guys comments. You be like, oh man, he's slave-splaining. He's slave-splaining. He's slave-splaining. Because when I did the podcast with Chris of Overly Blunt here, he started saying some things too during the podcast, And I said, oh man, I said, what you're doing, that is called slave-splaining. He's like, what's slave-splaining? I said, making statements that make no mathematical sense. CENTS. That's slave-splaining. If you guys are new to the channel, slave-splaining is people that make statements that make no mathematical sense. CENTS. That's slave-splaining. Okay. Off topic, you said in a post you noticed empty shelves on the store here in New York. Oh, at stores, same here. Yeah, I'm noticing empty shelves. Yeah, something's coming up. Something's about to happen. Something, because when I didn't pay attention to it. First, I walked into a store like Lowe's. Like here, Lowe's is more of a upscale yuppity type of store. I walked in there, I saw these shelves just totally empty. I'm like, what the hell? Okay, I didn't think twice. Maybe the manufacturer of this particular area, whatever food they put there, they didn't come through. But the second time, check this out. I remember I was going to Chick-fil-A, and it was about 5 or 6 o'clock. I drive in, they're closed. I was like, what? Here's people like me driving around the Chick-fil-A like, what the fuck is going on? How come you guys, because you could see the workers inside of the building, right? But they were closed. I was like, what's going on? Something shut. It didn't make any sense. No signs, nothing. You just shut down at 6 o'clock? That makes no sense. I go into Walmart. They got people stocking shelves in the middle of the day. I'm like, okay, what's going on, man? Something big is about to happen. Something to do with food. And then you got Bill Gates buying up farmland. What are you doing, Bill? You went from windows to farmland. Bill, what are you doing? Why are you buying farmland, Bill? Why are you doing that? I don't care what the slaves think. I want to know why you buying up farmland. What are you doing? You buying it up so people can't grow nothing on it? What are you doing that for? Why are you buying that? When you see people and you see all these millionaires, Branson and Elon and Jeff Bezos, they all trying to get out. Why are you guys going to outer space? Why such the eager to build rockets, and why? Oh, we're just doing it because we're going to create this is what I hear. Like they say, hey man, we're going to build to create space shuttles so you guys can sign up to fly out in space as a tour. Wait a minute, slaves can't even finance cars. You think they're going to be able to afford a trip to outer space? No, they're not. Come on, stop it. Debt slaves are financing phones. How are they going to afford a trip to Mars? They're not. Why are you guys doing that? Why are you guys doing that? You're not fooling me, debt slaves. You're not fooling me, rich billionaires. I'm not a debt slave. What are you doing? They're financing cars. You think they'll afford a trip to Mars? No. Meat for the wealthy. Now LJ, go buy that house. Oh, I'm going to buy my house. I'm going to buy me a compound. That's what I'm going to do. You pissed me off when you talked and you made me admit that I was a slave. But I woke up. Thank you, man. Thank you, Andre. That's how the majority of people wake up. First, they hear me and I piss them off. And then the second comes and say, but he's right. Why am I mad? You pissed me off when you talk and you made me admit that I was a slave out loud. That's the first, but so crazy, Andre. That is the first step to step out of the debt matrix, to admit to yourself. You know how hard of a step that was for you to say that out loud to yourself? That is huge. I'm a slave. That is huge. Millions of people will never do that, ever, ever. Sales, I've been up 2 months, not perishable, free. Oh, okay, talking to sales. Add a tax on cigarettes. Yeah. Dorian says only the wealthy will be able to go into space. For sure. For sure. You know what that means? Time to be wealthy. That's my mission. Time to be wealthy. I want to know what you guys are doing. Why are you going to outer space? What's the urgency to get to Mars? What pictures is the rover sending back to you that you're not telling us? What are those rovers finding? They found water. What's that mean? You grew a plant? Well, why are you doing that? Why the urgency? The only way I'm going to know, I have to be wealthy. And I need to do that now. I'm 51. I have to hurry up. I want to be able to tap on Elon Musk's shoulder one day. Hey, yeah. Why are you rushing to outer space? You got some badass cars down here, man. You got electric cars. They're the fastest. They're beating everybody, but you're still going to Mars. What's up with that? He probably turned to me and say, "Hey, man, I just made Tesla so they can finance my rockets." Because all you guys are like, for example, let me give you an example. For all you guys with Teslas that you finance the Teslas, you find it and think you're saving money on gas, you are paying for Elon to get to Mars. You can't finance a Tesla and save money on gas. That's impossible. You can't do that. Only debt slaves believe that. Only debt slaves believe they can have student loans and finance a Tesla and think they're saving money on gas. Stop it, slaves. Stop it. You can't do that. You can't do that. $2,048 possible impact. Let's see, how old will I be? Damn, I'll still be alive. Okay. Not damn, but well, put it this way, Andre. If the asteroid hits, I won't know it because I'll be dead. They found pyramids and vegetation, LJ. Where, on Mars? Is that what you're saying, Geek Surgeon? They found pyramids and vegetation on Mars? Well, Andre already got a spaceship. I just don't know how many it holds. It's probably just enough for his family. Did you hear about the wealthy guy who spent $28 million just to send his son into space? Which, man. And when you guys hear somebody, a wealthy person spend that much for their son to go up there, guess what? You paid for it. If you can drop $28 million just to send somebody up into space, they didn't pay for it. You paid for it. Somebody that owned something, had money, you paid for that trip, not him. Once you guys get out of debt, you'll understand that. We're like when you guys say, hey, raise the taxes on the rich and the wealthy. Hey, man, they don't pay their fair share. Raise the taxes on the wealthy. You know what they're going to do? Pass that tax back to you, slave. What do you think they're going to pay it? You're going to pay it. You need what they have. Not in reverse. It doesn't go the other way. You need what they have. They produce. They help make your lives better. So you have to pay for that. That's not free. When you grab the phone and you use it, yeah, isn't that convenient? You can make a call. They produce that. Do you really think it costs $1,000 to make this one phone and they have multi-millions of them out there? Come on, stop it, debt slaves. Stop it. It didn't cost $800 or whatever this phone was when it was new. It didn't cost that much to make this phone. Oh, man, they got sweatshops over. Have you looked in the inside of an Amazon building before? Have you looked inside there? What's that look like to you? Does that look like a stress-free environment? Hell no. There is no way I could work in a place like that. I'm not saying that it's horrible and people are bad. No, I'm just saying me. I couldn't do it. You want me to move how fast for how much? No. No, thank you. You can keep this job. Keep it. But when you're deep in debt and you have student loans, you have no choice. That's where you got to work because you got student loan payments. Ain't nobody, imagine this. Imagine if student loan debt was your only debt and you were working at a place you couldn't hate, and then they came and forgave all the student loans. You think you'd still be working there? You would quit. That would hurt everybody. I don't want that to happen. I love getting my packages in 2 days. I love that shit. You mean I don't have to go nowhere? Click, click. When I order on Amazon, I don't think twice about my order. I just buy what I want, click, close the laptop, and it's at my door. Sooner you guys are going to see 24-hour delivery. I'm saying it right here before it happens. 24-hour delivery is coming soon. Believe that. They need workers to do that. They're going to need workers to work in the middle of the night. You're going to be fucking delivering packages at 3 a.m. in the morning. 2 o'clock in the morning, delivering packages. You don't see that coming. That's coming. I hope you guys are paying attention. Deliveries keep getting later and later and earlier. I remember one time I'm laying on the couch. I fell asleep on the couch. You know, I got a delivery at 6 a.m. in the morning. 6 a.m. I got a package delivery as late as 9:30 p.m. one time. 9:30. The demand is getting higher. They have hour deliveries. I used to live in Seattle next to one of the Amazon. If I ordered a certain thing at a certain time, I can get that delivered in an hour. 1 hour? I got to read about that. I did not hear about that. That's very interesting. Pyramids and vegetation. Pyramids. They really ain't never explained that either. I'm not going to really get into that, especially on the free side of the channel. You guys are debt slaves. Don't even start talking about pyramids and all that other stuff. Nice says my spaceship ain't gonna have plates, and I wish the 12 would try to chase me. Who waxes? Hey, Andre, who waxes your spaceship? Who do you trust to say, hey, I'm gonna need your spaceship for 2 hours for leave the keys? Does it have a key? Or does the biological matter? How does it work? In this system, you can choose to work. Exactly. Click. Exactly. Click. Do you guys see the new economy coming? This new economy is about delivery of everything. And if you got student loan debt, guess what job you're going to be doing? Delivery. Driving people. All 1099. You guys are going to be doing all the work with no benefits, ridiculous hours. You got to file your own taxes. You guys are already in debt. You guys know how many millions of you guys ain't going to be paying your taxes? Millions of you guys. Penalties and fees. You guys are going to be buried so deep. Welcome to the new economy of delivery. I was just talking about this yesterday. Amazon's getting into prescription drug delivery. Prescription drug delivery. Ooh, those pharmacists that got hundreds of thousands of student loan debt, you guys better pay your student loan debt off ASAP, because the salaries of pharmacists ain't gonna need pharmacists no more. Delivery. What you need a pharmacist for? Now, for the stronger drugs, of course, but if you guys get knocked down to the stronger drugs, that's the only time you need a pharmacist for. You know how many pharmacists you're gonna need? Hardly not, none. They're going to take one of you guys, and you guys are going to be working 16-hour shifts. That's what I feel like, Gabriel. Can you? If you don't get out of the debt matrix, let me tell you something. If you don't get out of the debt matrix by paying off your student loan debt, this new economy is going to eat you alive. You guys are going to be banging up your own shit and your own car that your own car that you're going to be making payments on. They already started these apps that keep tracking you guys wherever you drive. You guys are going to have tags on you wherever you drive. They're going to know where you're at all times. They're going to know about your bank accounts. Oh, man. Oh, excuse me. All because you got student loan debt. Oh, they're going to do this. Economy is going to do you slaves so dirty. Ooh. You're going to be making package deliveries at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. package deliveries. You ain't gonna have no choice. You got to use your own car, tear up your own shit. Instead, like this, you get a car and it breaks down, you're out. The next person, there's always somebody gonna be waiting for your car to break down. Oh man, my car's got to be in the shop for a couple of days. You're out. Somebody's gonna be ready to take your place and take over your business. Yes, they are. They're taking over everything. I know. I feel it, Andre. I feel it. I'm trying to wait for the people that want to wake up. This is the beginning of the new economy. You want to take advantage of it? Pay your student loan debt off. Pay it. My slaves are building pyramids as we speak. Shun, my slaves behave good even while they hide. Amazon has a good system, Shun. I'm excited, Andre. I'm excited. That's why I had to unplug for a little while. Jeff Bezos gave away $100 million to Van Jones. I don't know who that is. And Jose Andres to give to their favorite charities. Just imagine a friend just giving you $100 million. Well, you better believe in the background there's some kind of charitable donation that you can write off. There's always a purpose for that amount of money. It's always something in the background as a charitable donation of something. It's a write-off. Taxes, listen, for you debt slaves that think taxes are bad, taxes are good. Taxes help you build wealth. Okay? If you're in debt, if you have student loan debt, you will never understand what I'm talking about. Don't even try, because you can't. Okay? You don't know taxes help you build wealth. Taxes are not evil. Exactly. All right. I already said that for Andre. I just scroll down a little bit further. Yes, they are, Darren. They're taking over everything. Congratulations, Amazon. Congratulations. Hey, I'm proud of you. Congratulations. Amazon said, hey, you know what? After UPS, we'll just get our own delivery trucks, airplanes, facilities, everything. And somebody said the other day, hey, man, stamps are going up. I bet they are. They got to make up for the loss. USPS is in trouble. If Amazon could stop all their packages from going through the USPS is in trouble. Thank you again, Nicer. Appreciate it. Andre says, I agree, LJ. I'm having trouble explaining the severity of the change to the professionals. I bet you are. I can only imagine. I can only imagine trying to explain something that they can't see. Hey, I'm going to show you something. Well, show it to me. Well, it's invisible. Well, what do you mean it's invisible? That means I can't see it. Well, I mean, it is, but it will be visible 10 years from now. Well, I'll wait 10 years. I won't worry. Oh, man. I couldn't even, man. That's why I'm going to love what I do. I'll just be able to say it. Maybe some will hear me. Maybe some won't, but the majority can't. I'm going to be invisible, you guys. I will be able to walk out in public. I won't need no guards around me because they won't even be able to see me. They won't even be able to see me. Wait, he drives that old truck. How is he going to tell me about finances? And he got almost a 30-year-old truck. That's why I'm invisible, slave, because I got a 30-year-old. That's why I got almost a 30-year-old truck. So you can't see me. If he had money, he would own his own house. While you guys have mortgages, you guys always say that. He would own his own house, and you got a mortgage. You think you own a house with a mortgage. That's why I'll be invisible, slave. That's why. You can't own a house with a mortgage, but you don't know that. You got student loan debt, slave. It's against the laws of mathematics for debt slaves to own a house while having student loan debt. That's against the laws of mathematics. We thought one point we thought Walmart would be unbeatable. This is how I look at it. I guarantee you this. Big businesses like Amazon, Apple, Walmart, they never, ever, ever, ever believe that somebody can't come on and take over. That's evolution. To believe you're so big that you can never be taken over, that's saying you don't believe in evolution. That would be insanity. All they do is keep providing a better and better service. And this is what it really is. The more you guys, they're slaves that you don't have to do shit, that's the service that they're going to provide for you. People, you know how we've been getting prescriptions, going up, waiting in line, waiting in these long ass lines at the prescription place. You got to wait till they get done doing whatever they're doing back there, getting the pills together, whatever. You don't have to click, and your shit's there to you. Bye-bye, pharmacies. Bye-bye. I keep telling you, you pharmacists with all these hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loan debt, you better start paying that off very quickly. ASAP, right now. I don't care what your friends are telling you. You better pay it off, because gone are those days of those salaries. Gone. Pharmacist salaries they're going in history. They don't need you. I'm getting mail once a week. Hey, man. Once you get out of debt free, once you become debt free, guess what? You're not scared. You're not scared of the mailbox anymore. Those days are done. Mailbox. Freddy Krueger don't live in the mailbox no more. Okay, I don't care. When I go to the mailbox, it's junk mail. That's it. So LJ, how about Uber and Lyft then? What about them? Put it this way: Uber and Lyft, they're going to grow even bigger, because they're going to always have people for their job. Always. They're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, because the only thing that's going to replace Uber and Lyft, automated cars. And I guarantee you this, Uber and Lyft are already thinking about that. They're not idiots. I promise you. They didn't get that big for a reason. They know car automation is coming. They won't even need drivers. They're not even going to need drivers. Hell, Domino's is already doing it. Delivering pizzas with a driverless car. Delivering pizzas. What do you guys think is next? Look at Tesla. The car's driving by itself on the freeway. What do you guys think's coming? No people, nobody getting sick, nobody calling in sick. They always, if a car breaks down, they just push a button, that car comes back to the office, and then they just put out a new one. That's it. Nobody, nothing. I saw a machine the other day making hamburgers. Flipping, making hamburgers. What do you think? People look at it. Oh, look at that. What do you think are you guys paying attention? I'm paying attention. Who's going to be doing those jobs? People with student loan debt. That's why they're not going to forgive student loan debt, because they need people for those jobs. 24-hour delivery. If you were smart, this is what I strongly suggest. If you were smart, learn how to fix robots. I don't care what class that is. Learn how to fix machines, like, you know, those machines that build cars, like they build the cars like Teslas. Those machines break down. They're machines. They're going to break down. They need somebody to fix them. That's what you need to be learning right there. How to fix machines. How to fix automation machines. You see the way, when I see a Amazon warehouse, you know what? I don't look at the people. You know who I look at? I look at the machines. They got machines running on tracks, delivering stuff. It's bananas. But every now and then, those tracks are going to break. Those machines are going to break, and they're going to need somebody to fix it. That's the future right there. That's where the bread. You come in, you learn that shit, and you're debt free. You walk in saying your price. You walk in saying, yeah, I can do that. How fast can you fix it? Quick. Yeah, quick. This is what you're going to pay me. That's the jobs you guys need to have right there. That's the job. How to fix robot machines. Taxes are applied to income and gains. Wink, wink. See, Andre comes in. Drop a little notch. Oh, you see wind and leaves. What the? Is there a hurricane? What's going on? Oh, Andre. Very funny, Andre, going by me at 2x light speed. Okay, ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha, very funny. Ha, ha. Security guards are about to run into issues if robots come. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. How hard do you think it would take a robot to replace a security guard? Easy, easy, easy. They better pay him quickly. Automation will X out. You doing? Yeah, they sure were. Uber, you better believe Uber and Lyft are already on this. Okay, they didn't get that big for no reason. They know automation is coming. Period. I mean, there's so many factors though, because you got to remember, automation means people are going to be abusing the cars, and there's a lot of factors in there. They got to make sure the machines don't hit nobody. But I believe it's more like maybe they'll just this is what would be the shit right here. This is what I would believe they would do. Make the cars sort of like a drone, okay? Make the cars driven. Oh no, because they would have a solid. No, it's going to be fully automated. Never mind. I'm going too far. Never mind. It's going to be fully automated. Damn, they did, you guys. Maybe that's why they're doing the rush of 5G, because they're really trying to shove. Have you noticed that they're trying to shove 5G down your freaking throat? 5G, 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 5G. You need it. No, I don't. I don't need 5G. I don't need 5G. Stop telling me I need 5G. Oh, you're not talking to me. Oh, that's why you're saying 5G so much. You're not talking. Okay, got it. You're talking to people with student loan debt. Yeah, okay, got it. Because I don't know what the output is on 5G. I'm talking about data speeds, but it sounds like it's going to be enough to run an automated car. Okay, that's what it sounds like it's going to be. Thank you, sir. Man, it's amazing happening right now, and it's happening right now. I got a seat in the arena. Okay, let's put it that way. I got a seat in the arena. My stepson had robotics boot camp this summer. Robotics school. Robotics school. Hey, man, you guys want to make some money? Robotics school. Learn how to fix those robots because they're going to break. That's the money. Geek Surgeon, there will be in the Federation of Planets in the future. Star Trek is coming. Aliens are watching us. The Prime Directive is, man, it's already here, man. There's so much stuff that you ain't being told. You got. If you're in student loan debt, don't worry about. I'm gonna tell you right now. If you have student loan debt, and you're in a student loan forgiveness program, don't worry about what Jeff Bezos is doing, Elon Musk, Bill Gates. Don't worry about what they're doing. You got student loan debt. Don't worry about that. You making car payments? Yeah, don't worry about what Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos is doing. Don't worry about it. They're going to Mars. They're going to Mars and you making car payments. Don't worry about what they're doing. That's none of your business. None of your business. None. You begging, listen, if you begging for student loan forgiveness from President Biden, don't worry about what Jeff Bezos is doing. Okay, don't worry about why Bill Gates is buying up some farmland. That's none of your business. None of your business. 90% of the warehouse workers are in. You better believe they're in debt. I guarantee you, the majority of people who drive Uber and Lyft and stuff like that, they're in debt. I saw like Uber, they got a fleet of cars that they will finance to the people that want to work for Uber. They do you slaves so dirty. Oh my God, they do you guys so dirty. Well, financially dirty speaking, okay? You do it to yourselves. There's a robot security system you can invest in already. Mm-hmm. Of course. Robotics is the future for sure. Better learn it, guys. You better learn how to build or fix them. That's what I strongly suggest you do. Learn. You will have a career for the rest of your life if you learn it now. Right now. E-Love says, do you see any weakness in HVAC? Fixing HVAC systems? Well, they will always need somebody to physically fix that. Like down south, that kind of stuff is that you have to have central air down here. But I don't believe they will be able to substitute that yet. Okay, because that's individual homes, and I don't really see how that could be. I mean, in the future, I'm sure it's coming, but who knows? I love it though. I love evolution. I love it. I love it all. Automation because you can look at change as scary, or you can say that's exciting. It's exciting. I love what Apple's doing. I love what Amazon's doing. I love it, man. Respect. They made my life so much easier. You mean to tell me when I need to look for something, I don't have to look to different stores. I just type it in Amazon and they find it for me. I had this piece go out on my microwave, right? When you open the microwave door, it was still running. It was like, I'm like, hey, I don't like playing with it. I don't know what's happening. I already bad enough that I still use a microwave, but it's still running when I open it. Come to find out, it was just little switch inside there that broke and just needed to be replaced. I don't know what to go to the store and say, hey, man, I'm looking for this little gray switch from a microwave. I just typed it in Google. First, I YouTubed it, and the person on YouTube that did the exact same thing, he said, hey, it's this. This is how you need it, and put the link of the Amazon inside of the video. I just clicked on that, ordered it. That was it. It was done. Thank you, Amazon. Thank you. You made my life so much easier. Because normally, if that would have happened, guess what I probably would have did? Threw away the microwave. Sure would have. Bought me another one. Dorian says, I heard somewhere where Amazon is already thinking about 2030. Meanwhile, the average person is thinking about the next two. They're always thinking about the future, right? Next 2 week paychecks, for sure. They know that already. When you sign up, Amazon runs your credit report. Of course they do. They're handling pharmaceuticals. You better believe they are running your credit. If you got to touch pharmaceutical drugs, you better believe they're running your credit. Believe that. And if you're deep in debt, you're not going to be in key areas of the company, touching wherever the process is, how they do how they're going to do it and box it, because it has to come it has to start with the bottle or whatever container it comes in from wherever it comes from, right? Who knows where they make pharmaceutical drugs? Some building out in somewhere and it's just painted white, no names on it. Anyway, it's got to come. So the people that are the closest to handling it before it's boxed form, these are the people probably have no debt. And then as you get further down the line, when it's in the box and it doesn't look like anything, those people deeper in debt can handle it there because they don't know what's in the box. Andre says 5G is necessary for driverless cars. You better believe that. I knew that. Like I said earlier, they're shoving 5G down your throat. It ain't for you. You think they're doing 5G so you can have faster videos? Come on, man. Debt slaves, you can't believe that. So you can watch videos faster? Nah. You think T-Mobile bought out Sprint so you can have a better phone plan? No. It's bigger than that. Trust me, way bigger. 5G on the smartphones is a joke. How fast does someone need a phone to be? I know 4G LTE and unlimited gigabytes it's already, hey man, it's already, I use my Wi-Fi. I use Wi-Fi more than ever now anyway, so I barely use the internet on my phone. It's 4G LTE, but when I'm out and about and I need to get an email or something, I need to talk to somebody, it's good enough. Andre says 5G towers are only 1,000 feet or less apart. 2% less than 4G. I wonder who's making these radios. Exactly. That's what you guys need to be looking at. You see that tower and you see all that stuff that's on the tower? Somebody made that. Somebody puts that together. So they hire people to fix those things when they go bad. I'm not talking about replace the physical piece. I'm talking about the person that programs it. As soon as the workers say, hey, we put up the tower, we attached everything, powers to it. Now somebody needs to go in there and configure it. Is it online? Yeah. Debt-free red pill motivational speaker. You better believe that, Aaron. That's what I am, for sure. Dorian says, can you imagine the technology they aren't showing us? Oh, exactly. Can you imagine the kinds of stuff Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates know about the technology that's getting ready to come? For sure. You better believe that. I remember when I first got into computers in the late 90s. And I remember when I was in school, I learned that the internet was discovered in 1969, the year I was born. They said, you know, when the internet was born in 1969, I was like, wait a minute. We're in the late 90s and we're just now getting dial up and all this other stuff. They had it since 1969. What do you think they have now? That means there's like 30 years ahead. So what back then, I'm just estimating because it always gets faster and faster. But at minimum, they're at least 30 years ahead right now. So we think that whatever we have is fast. Can you imagine what they have right now? That's available. That's not available to the public, man. LJ, so you're saying if I'm a debt slave, the last thing I need to worry about is aliens? No, because check this out, Andre. Once you're debt free, guess what? You become an alien. Aliens are debt free people that are not in debt. Those are aliens. You think I go out in public talking like this? Hell no. I might as well pull off my mask and they'll see my alien's face. What do you mean I'm not a homeowner with a mortgage? Who are you? Who are you? This is what debt slaves always do. You don't got no financial degree. You didn't go to school at Harvard. I don't need to. I just look at the calculator. I don't need to go. I don't need a finance degree to see that I'm on a homeowner with a 30-year mortgage. Why do you think that? Because they're debt slaves. Sal says, pressure washing slaves' houses under mortgage works good too as a service. Yeah, that's a good one. Because they need millions of slaves believing that they're homeowners. So that'll be a good job for sure. For sure. 2020 drop didn't go down. It didn't go down far enough. See, when Andre talks like that, man, that still makes me nervous, and I can see. I'm like, damn, this shit ain't bad enough already. There's more. There's more. Wait a minute. Hold up. There's more. When does it stop? It doesn't, LJ. It never stops. Why you keep saying it stops? Appreciate it. Appreciate that, Antoine. Let me put that back up there because I always forget that. Antoine he'll be classified as the second person from the SMD family that has met me in person, right? Second person. I met someone early. Was it a year or two ago? It's almost a year and a half, 2 years ago almost. Wow, it's crazy. Must be, man, 61.8%. God, slaves are already down. How? Okay, Andre. Why do you got to keep kicking them while they're down? They're already down. Why insist on keep kicking them? I don't get it. They're already down, Andre. If you have 401k, go to cash during open enrollment. Yep, for sure. Believe that. Get that money. Better get out of debt for sure. What's up, HQ? Damn, only in SMD will you find only here, Gabriel. That's why SMD is gonna be the #1 channel on YouTube. The only reason why SMD channel is not #1 on YouTube because they don't know me yet. Well, they probably never will because the majority of are debt slaves. So it probably will never be #1. I take that back. It can't be. It can't be #1 because if it was #1, that means debt slaves would know who I am. So that'll never happen. Okay, so I take that back. It won't be #1, but it'll be big. I don't care either. Don't own the carriers, own the towers. You own the towers. Oh, yeah, towers. Because there's going to be a lot of towers, sure. Because I can only imagine how much money those people are making that allow a tower to be on their property. Listen, that is guaranteed income to have. Oh, I wouldn't want a tower on my property. At least that close to me, right? Because I don't know what it's emitting, all right? I'm not listening to debt slaves, but I know it's putting out something. internet product of DARPA. I forgot. I used to know what the meaning of DARPA was. Government contracts with colleges. Antoine says, I was using GPS in 1987 in the Navy. Wow. Bananas. Damn. So the technology they aren't showing us is they're already way ahead. And you know what? I'm not naive to that. I understand that. Of course, I'm not gonna. That's on purpose that I don't know all the stuff. That's on purpose. I get it. Hey, I'm not pretending it doesn't exist, that they can't see through houses and stuff like that. I'm not in denial about any of that. If you can walk through the airport through a body scan and you can see the inside of your body and your bones and stuff, what do you think they have out there? Come on, people. You think, okay, listen, they can see through your body, but they don't have nothing that can see through your house. Come on, debt slaves. You got to stop thinking like that. They can see through your body. You walk through a thing, they can see your bones. They can see your skeleton. But they can't make a device that can see through wood. Come on, man. Come on, debt slaves. Come on. They're just not telling you. And I don't care. Hey, long as you live, once you get out of debt, you live your life right. Who cares? Hey, man, I ain't hiding nothing. Whatever. I ain't doing nothing illegal. Whatever. I don't care what you're doing. Hey, stop doing that. Come on, man. Shaq said he wished to invest at Amazon and Google. He still can right now. Shaq got the money to do it. Okay, he can still invest because he know it. You think Amazon's going to go down anytime soon? Amazon will be climbing for years. People like, oh man, it's too late. It's never too late. You just need more money to join. That's all. It's no different. No, hey man, that's just Andre flying his ship around. That's it. Andre says, when I was in Desert Storm and the stuff I seen, then I knew they let us see this now. Imagine the stuff they're they're not letting us see. Exactly. Oh yeah, I'm not in denial about any of that. There's a lot of smart people. I like this gift I have. They're going to think, now I'm going to tell you guys this before it happens, okay? This gift I have right now, the ability to see negative numbers psychologically, they're going to call me some kind of Einstein, some brainiac dude. He's gifted. They're going to be saying all this stuff, and I'm going to say, no, I just trust the calculator. That's it. I'm not smarter than anybody. I just trust the calculator. You mark my words right now. They're going to compare me to that kind of people. And I'm proud. Don't get me wrong. When they do that, I'll be proud to be. But when I look at like Einstein stuff now, when I read his stuff, he just saying stuff that's obvious. That's all. He just like the quote I rewrote the other day. It said the eighth wonder of the world, right? He says, people that understand compound interest earn it. Those who don't pay it. Well, he just left out. He didn't finish it to me. I just took out the word it and put in positive compound interest, negative compound interest. That makes it more clear. Maybe he assumed that when he was talking about compound interest, he's assuming that debt slave knows he's talking about positive compound interest, earning it. When they say those who don't understand it, pay it, you think a debt slave understands paying compound interest? They're talking about negative compound interest. Saying like, if I did Google ads and Facebook ads, I will make sure it included this pressure washing service available to home. Okay, wow, okay. LJ conspiracy theorist. I know, and when I say that, it's not conspiracy. It's not even conspiracy. It's a these are mathematical facts that I'm talking about, right? People try to, even I caught Chris saying that in the podcast. Hey man, this could. Hey, whoa, don't put me in. Mine's are facts. Okay, it's not a conspiracy. It's not a theory. These are mathematical facts. But you being slick with Bitcoin, silly rabbits, I know, right? Thus aliens must, you know, and I was just saying that the other day. Aliens must remain in control. You guys, debt slaves, You guys are running around. There's no way you guys can be left alone. You can't be left alone. You can't. You don't even know that you don't own yourself. You cannot let millions of people that don't own themselves run around aimlessly. You can't do that. They must be guided. They have to be. Because without the debt slaves, none of this exists. The wealthy could not be wealthy if debt slaves didn't exist. They couldn't exist. They wouldn't be wealthy. Now, instead of hating the wealthy, why don't you become part of the wealthy? They're not evil and mean. Only debt slaves think wealthy people are evil. I just always say this to you. Why do you think the wealthy would talk to you if you don't even own yourself? You don't trust. Wait a minute. You don't trust math when it comes to finances? No. Why would they talk to you? You don't trust the calculator? No. What's the point of talking to you? All right, man. It's been 3 hours. I'm tired. My voice is starting to get. I can feel my voice. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I'm out. You guys have a wonderful evening. Until next time, shout out to Atticus for buying that shirt. Much appreciated. I got to get that corrected. First person in the UK. First person in the what's the date today? September 4th, 2021. The first S&D shirt bought in the UK. All right, Andre. Until next time, Geek Surgeon. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Gabriel, Aaron, Atticus, E-Man, Omanike, Dorian, Antoine, HQ, Geek. Oh, I said Geek. Until next time. Later.